This is Steve Downs, the voice of Master Chief, Sierra 117, and you're watching Xbox Ultimate. Now, finish the fight. Chief out.
Hello, everybody. What is going on? This is Mav, and this is Xbox Ultimate Podcast. I think it's episode number 39. Yes, it's episode number 39. I would like to say thank you to everybody in the chat that is here to watch the show. Thank you so much for being here nice and early and live, and I know we'll have some more people pile in as well. This is going to be fun. There's been a lot of rumors and stuff the last couple days that have become pretty, I would say pretty substantially concrete rumors with the amount of people that are kind of saying they've heard the same thing. So you don't just kind of get, it's not just one person saying this stuff. So we're going to talk a lot about some of these rumors. We're going to talk a lot about some Halo news that we got with an update. We're going to talk about just whatever we want, but it's going to be an awesome show, and I am super excited, not only because of that, but because we have an amazing guest as well. So this guest is known for having a PlayStation podcast, right? Now, this is an Xbox show. What would we be doing having a PlayStation podcaster on an Xbox show? Well, guess what, guys? Gamers are gamers. Gamers love games. Gamers play games. And Mr. Badbit here is definitely a gamer, and there goes my dogs. See? And my dogs agree.
The dog's booing too.
My dogs
Boo
agree.
Joe.
Gamers are gamers, and this man plays games. He plays Xbox as well, and he has a lot to say, I'm sure, about Halo as well. So we're super excited to have Mr. Badbit, Joseph Moran, on the show, host of PlayStation Trophy Room, and excellent PlayStation podcast. So thank you for being here. And what's going on, dude?
Thank you for having me. And I'm glad to be here until I found out Pongzill's here. So
see, what did I say? And then I was like, you guys,
same thing every week.
Every week. No, fantastic being here. And yeah, I found out today. I love you too, Pong. I found out today I have over 500 hours in Sea of Thieves. I have 24 plus days in Sea of Thieves, and I may have a problem. I may have an addiction. It may be one of my favorite games this generation that I completely forsaked, like back in when it originally came out was 2016, 2017?
No, it was 2018.
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah, it was May of 2018, I believe.
And man, what a way it's the journey that game has taken and the life it has is fantastic. So I'm very happy to be here. Also, if y'all don't know, yes, I do run a PlayStation centric podcast called the Trophy Room PlayStation Podcast, where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest and greatest on all things PlayStation. The one rule that we have there is that though we appreciate PlayStation, that's usually where we lay our head at night. That's the games that we prefer to play. We don't talk crap about Xbox or Nintendo or PC, because gamers are gamers. We play all games. We will never say that Game Pass isn't great, because it is. If we're saying like 1 week we're playing on Xbox, we'll tell you, yeah, we've been playing Halo. When Halo comes out, I'll be talking about Halo on the PlayStation podcast. So that's the one thing we always try to do, is we try to keep it about the platform without bringing in any type of negativity. We're all about bringing that space for everybody. And the biggest compliment we always get is, I'm an Xbox fan and I enjoy your show. So every time I hear something like that, it makes me happy, because that's why we're doing it.
Yeah, you know? Man. I think there's a lot of podcasts can learn from that, and content creators and just people in the community. So you don't have to hate the other thing to love something, right? You can enjoy everything. I can't wait personally to get a PlayStation 5 because now
I'm so excited to get one.
I am without a PlayStation for like one of the first times in my life because I got screwed over by Target, and I just traded in my PS4 Pro.
Did you wrong?
I traded in my PS4 Pro expecting to get my PS5 in 2 weeks at launch, and then Target canceled my pre-order 2 days after I traded in my PS4 Pro. And I was like, okay. And at this point now, I'm pretty content. I'm really happy, and playing all the stuff that keeps dropping and with the content creation and all that stuff. So it just takes a lot of time, and I've been having fun streaming all these Xbox games and stuff too. I have made the decision when the PS5 is on the store shelves and I can go in there and maybe use some store credit at GameStop, something like that. I'm going to grab one at that point and then catch up on all these awesome single player games.
Yeah, I posted on Twitter today. My sister-in-law, she has a neurological disability. It's an invisible disease where it's called CRPS. So pretty much her nerves from her hands now going into her head it hurts her all the time. And she used to be a very casual gamer. She used to love Mario, but Nintendo has been so inaccessible that she's had to kind of just toss her Nintendo DS aside. So the thing that we want to do for her, we've been wanting to do for a while, we wanted to wait till the next generation happened, is we're going to probably sometime this holiday season get her a Series S with the accessible controller and kind of find out what is going to work best for her, because she's we got to see where the mileage is in that controller.
That's
I love that. I love that Xbox is giving us that ability. I really do shit on Nintendo for that. As a Nintendo stan, I'm just like, yo, you're like, come on. I mean, there's so much that they're not moving forward in. So I feel
and that's the one thing that I always say is Game Pass is great, but the best thing that Xbox has done is give the ability of gaming to people that wouldn't have that. The accessibility, the accessible controller is something that companies are losing money on. And they're just like, here it is. The cool thing that I love is that when you see all the Xbox accessories, you see that right there, just alongside the controller, just alongside the headset and aside the console. No, this is a stapled thing. And I love that Xbox pushes it. Because who else would?
Yeah, that's true, man. That's a great point. Now I realized last week, guys, is that I forgot to do proper intros for the Xbox Ultimate Family, the Magnificent Seven. Now you will notice that we are shy actually too right now. 3-Bit is just absolutely swamped and swarmed with work right now and stuff. So he said he's gonna try and make it if he can, and no worries to him whatsoever. Psychonauts' computer died on him earlier today, just went kaput, and he's trying to bring it back to life. He said he may be able to make it on the show, so we'll see if he's able to or not. But hey, we got a fantastic 6 here right now, so we're gonna roll with this and have a blast. And introducing the regular panel members. First in my heart is my beautiful wife, Kaitlin. Hey, baby, how's it going?
Hi. Cam in the comments.
Did you see that?
Freaking dying.
Oh, what did he say? What did he say? Okay.
Long dong pong.
Well, yeah.
Would I get to call you from now on?
Sure, go right ahead.
Then we have.
Go with it.
I need proof in my DMs.
Hey Cam, if you would have seen the DM that we had going on in the Xbox Ultimate podcast DM with the Reface app, you would say that Long Dong Pong is actually pretty accurate. What's going on? Speaking of that, we'll just go ahead and introduce Long Dong Pong here. What's up, man? How's it going?
You didn't even let Kaitlin talk.
Yeah, you didn't let Kaitlin.
Please go
yeah.
back.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Hi guys.
Okay.
Okay, that's good enough.
That's ruined my intro. That's okay though. It was funny.
Yeah. What's up, Pong? How's it going, dude?
Good to be here, man. Another Friday night here with the family. And, you know, we got Joe here. Give Joe a hard time, but, man, he's a great sport and, you know, one of the best PlayStation guys out there. Love podcasting with this guy. So it's amazing to have him here tonight. And obviously, you guys, love you all. And it's always a pleasure to be back here again to spend my Friday evening with everybody. And chat, you guys, showing up week in, week out. I tell you what, love you all too. So, you know, we got a lot of topics to talk about, man. A lot of great rumors. I'm kind of excited. You know, I got to say that looks like Microsoft is going to try to corner the market on RPGs. And as an RPG guy, I'm kind of loving this. So we should probably talk about it.
Absolutely, dude. This is going to be a show of what we call fun speculation. All right. We also have, we'll go to Assassin Lupa next. Lupa, how are you doing? What's going on?
I'm all good, thanks. Really excited for tonight's show. Gonna have some good chat. Great bad bits here. Loving life.
Loving life. Nice. Thank you for being here, the extraordinary Lupa. And hey, Lady AF. She said, like, she was the first to hop into like the pre-show. She was like, say, hey, I'm just ready to get going because I'm ready to get away from my kids and and start having some fun. What's going on, Lady? How are you doing?
I'm excited to be here. I love Friday with you guys. It's a fun time. I'm so excited to see so many people in chat at the start of the show. Let me just say that I have been since Mav has started going live, I've tried to catch this show every week, and I'm so excited to see how much it's growing and how much everybody is kind of taking on to this. And I am excited to talk tonight and talk about all these RPGs that Pong is talking about, because I mean, who doesn't love a fucking good RPG?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to talk about RPGs. We're going to talk about Halo. We're going to talk about Ubisoft. Maybe it's good that 3-bits.
I'm excited.
I don't know.
Excited to be here. I'm sad that we're missing our brethren, though. Like,
it does suck. Two of my brothers aren't here.
I got a question for you, lady, if you don't mind me asking.
Ask away.
Because I got a couple of friends who have young kids. And I don't know how old your kids are, but how do you when you tell them, like, hey, you know, I'm podcasting, leave me be, how often does that work? Because as you'll hear in the background, I have a Hispanic family. Most of us are Puerto Rican in here, so like we're always yelling. You're gonna hear it. It somehow even breaks the you know, my sound compression.
It breaks through your sound protection. It's happened a few times. I mean, I won't say that it hasn't. You know,
like are they respectful of it? You know,
my youngest is almost 3.
Okay.
So he has like there's
he doesn't know respect yet.
The other ones, they really are like. I mean, not that this is a thing that I should be proud of, but they'll like bring my alcohol up to my like mini fridge and stock it for me and be like, "Mom, we stocked your fridge," and I'm like, "Oh my god, sweet!
That's
I love
great.
You guys." No, and
you are the first person to make parenting seem freaking cool as hell.
Yeah,
I love it.
They want to watch it, and I'm like, no. They're like, "What's your name on there?" I'm like, "I'm not telling you." Like, no. Like my eldest is 13, and he's in middle school, and he's like, "My friends want to watch your show," and I'm like, "No, like, no, absolutely not. You're not watching anything I'm on. This is my thing." But we're like, I'm in the process of trying to get them their own thing, kind of.
Okay.
Like, I want to have them have something for themselves, but they know when I'm on here, and they also know that when I'm on here, they get to do whatever the fuck they want because I'm up here.
All of my friends
just downstairs playing Minecraft, and
that's awesome because all my friends who have kids, they're just like, yeah, so like I got 4 hours of sleep. The kids had to go to their soccer practice, doctors, and they just rambunctious.
And my kids, like, I'm not, it's not trained, but like I have my son Briar, like I wake up before I even wake up. Like he kind of wakes me up. He'll come in and be like, "Mom, wake up! I have your coffee ready." I'm like, "Thank you, baby."
Oh my god, I need to be a dad like pronto. You're telling me you can if they're little like coffee minions.
This is not normal.
I have like an alcohol getter. You know, it's a thing. It's a thing.
It's like, son, get me an Irish coffee.
They love their mama.
That's
Well,
what our
it's
like our
okay.
daughter's like.
I have
hey,
all boys.
Mom, go
I
get
have
me a
all boys.
coffee.
All boys.
And you're
4
surviving.
boys.
And you're surviving. That's good on you.
Yeah,
Good
that's
on you. Because
crazy.
I know I was a little piece of shit when I was a kid. I don't know if I can curse, but that seemed
Yes,
acceptable.
you can.
You can.
Oh, they're little
On this
fucking
show,
pieces of shit.
you're more
I
than
kind
allowed,
of enjoy
Joe.
their pieces of shit. So it's like
Yeah.
I have to be like, oh, like that was cool. You just did some like shit ass thing I would have done when you're age, but I also have to do like, oh no, that's
Yeah.
not okay. My eldest is actually getting bullied right now, so it's like a whole
Oh no.
thing. Yeah, it's like a whole
Yeah.
thing. Somebody rubbed like gum in his hair on the bus. Yeah,
Your oldest, he's
Couple
like
days ago.
he's a beast. Why would
He's
anybody want to mess with
huge.
him?
He is huge, but he's a fucking teddy bear, and he like he's always been teased his whole life. 'Cause
Punch
he's
him.
a little bit bigger.
Not you to the son, but like him to the bully. Just punch him.
No,
Beat your kid
exactly.
for being bullied.
Exactly.
you.
He's like a little bit bigger, and then like the kid that he's like a follower.
Mm.
Like he wants everybody to love him all the time. Like, and he just tries to like play it off like it's funny. Like everything they say are funny. Like when he was in 6th grade, everybody called him nipples because he was going through puberty and he was starting to get man boobs. And like no
Nice.
one this peers were doing it because he just started puberty early. And
Yeah.
I was just like, no, like fuck those kids. And he's like, no, they're my friends. And I'm like, no, fuck those kids. Like they're not your friends. What the fuck?
Honestly, cheers to the bully that decided nips.
Yeah.
I'd be like, son.
But and he was so into it, and he wasn't into it, but he like laughed it
Right.
off. He's like such a comedian. He's such a like
Yeah.
just funny like dude. He rolls with it, and it's just like a total thing right now. And but yeah, this other kid, like I've never liked him. And he put gum in his hair, and I'm like, okay, like that's not okay.
That's just
Kaden.
messed
like
up.
that is not cool. Like he came home a couple weeks ago soaking wet, and he's like, somebody accidentally poured water on me, and I'm like,
No one
okay.
accidentally punch him.
Someone
Yeah, you know what?
accidentally poured water on
Not
you.
the son.
That's cool.
Again, the bullies. Just
Yeah, no,
Come on.
exactly. I'm there too. And then like
that's what my dad told
like week
told the
before
principal.
that, it was a ball to the face. Like somebody
Yeah.
accidentally threw a ball right at the side of my face, so he came home with like a red face. And like,
These
and I
kids-
was like, Kaden, like he's literally
You gotta
taller
fight
than
back.
I am, and I'm 5'10".
Yeah,
He's
I
huge
remember-
for a 7th
Didn't you
grader.
say he
remember
wears
I
like
was
a
being bullied
14
once.
shoe or something like that?
Yeah, he weighs more than I do. He weighs like 210 pounds. He's like fucking 5'10" or 11. Like he's
The
a
kid's a
huge
tank.
kid, and I'm like,
Why
dude,
is he
what are
being
you
picked on?
doing?
He's when I was bullied once.
And he's handsome as fuck. Like, I mean, I'm not just a mom. Like, he's
You're
just a fucking
biased there.
handsome kid. Like,
You know,
he's
he
like,
could be an
as-
ugly
okay,
kid. Who
he's
knows,
handsome,
maybe.
right? Like, he's a cute fucking kid. So I'm just like, whatever. This other kid is just jealous, and he's the most popular kid in school. And like, you came, we
Punch him in
moved
the
to the
face and then he
school
won't be
district 2
popular.
years ago, and he's been picking on you ever since.
Yeah.
So, and that's exactly where
Oh
I'm
my
at. I
gosh.
actually asked for the mom's fucking address. Apparently, they can't give me that information. But
I love the journey. I love the journey you took us on because I remember I was bullied once.
it was
And
a
then
fucking-
my
dogs.
listen, these dogs, they gotta learn. My
They break
my
the
dad
sound
literally
barrier.
told the principal, he's like, listen, if this kid isn't gonna stop, and he just turns to me, he's like, just beat the shit out of this kid. And the principal's like, you're not gonna do anything. He's like, well, you're not, so you know, go for it, Joe. And that's what I did. Yeah, and I wasn't bullied anymore. It's a
Wow.
fun fact.
Yeah, I mean, that's really
Free
like,
pass.
and that's like,
That's
I feel
nice.
like that's, but the thing is, like, I ask him about it, and I'm like, Kaden, like, are you getting bullied? And then it's like anger, because puberty, he's just angry all the time.
Yeah.
He hates me. He hates everything I ask him about. Like, everything is just like a fucking angry fucking zone.
know
And
that
all he
feeling.
wants to do is sit in his room and watch anime
Yeah.
and be like, and it's my, like, I was like, yo, let's watch anime together one day when he was like 9, and it's been down fucking spiral ever since. But he's like, that's what he wants to do, and he just
One
wants to yell
Dragon
at
Ball
me.
Z. That's all it took.
Yeah, it was Naruto, but yeah.
Yeah.
He's angry all the time, and I'm like, he came home yesterday, and he's like, I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm like, you're not taking a shower. It's right after school. You took a shower this morning. What are you doing? Why are you taking a shower? He's like, well, I got gum in my hair, and I'm like, how did you get gum in your hair? And he's like, well, somebody accidentally put gum in my hair. And like, this is after the accident water bottle, the accident fucking red face, like all of this shit. And I'm like, okay, dude, like what's going on? And then my cousin Eric, who had met him because he lives down the street from me, we live on the same street, and he was like, hey, Kaden came over and had me cut gum out of his hair, and he didn't want me to tell you. And I'm like, okay. All right, so there's a thing going on, and I'm gonna have to go fucking mama bear on some bitches, and come to find out that the kid who's bullying him has a security detail. Like, he legit has had a
Is this the
security
president's
guard.
son? What is this?
No, he has like a security guy that
He's
follows him
royalty?
around because he's such a fucking dick. Like,
Yeah, he is
A
probably
school-appointed
scared,
security
so he
detail?
gets like a posse to follow him around, you know.
Wow.
He probably gives them.
He has somebody trying to teach him like how to be a better person. It's called a security guidance.
He probably
I don't
gives
think
them
it's
their
working.
his lunch money every day for protection.
It's such a weird.
Whole systems
thing,
are failing, and this is
Kaden
why,
won't tell me
because-
though. Like, I'm like, what's going on? And he told Eric like it's Brian, and like as soon as he said Brian, I'm like, I know it because I was fucking rolling. He's like, it's nobody, mom. Like, it's a nobody.
You're
I'm like,
giving the
okay.
bullies an entourage because they're bullies, and that's just, if I had an entourage, it'd be a dick 24/7. Be like, hey, look, I'm gonna
It's
pour
like a
some gum in
fucking
someone's
thing.
hair.
It's
You
just
can't
a
stop
fucking
me.
Thing. That's being a parent though. I'm sorry you guys brought it up. I'm sorry. I'm
No, this is
fucking
my fault,
gushing.
but I dug the adventure we went on.
All right,
Good
we
job.
have a
Let's talk about actual gaming.
yeah, we have a $5 super chat from Cam Elk Dude, as you guys know him on YouTube. He says we got his back, Lady AF. Let's go, Step Brothers. These jerks at the end of Step
That
Brothers.
scene was so funny.
Oh god, that was such an amazing
that.
scene at the end of that movie. That was great. All right.
I fucking love Step Brothers. I actually
Yeah.
have a coffee
Oh,
mug. I have
that's-
coffee mugs. I have Step Brother coffee mugs.
That's
They, like,
definitely-
It's one of
call
the
me
greatest
Nighthawk.
movies of all time.
It is. It's definitely like top 3 comedies of all time, if not maybe the
Oh, yeah.
top.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was an angry teen elk, dude. Like I was beyond angry. I'd honestly like I have no shame to admit it that I dropped out very early and just moved out of my house. I just left
Fair.
everything and just partied for years in my teenage years because I was just like, fuck you, parental figures. So it was a thing. But then I got my head on straight. So
Yeah.
and I
Awesome.
got my GD and stuff like that. So yeah, here I am.
And
I'm
you're
still a fucking
awesome,
angry
Lady
teen.
AF. And you're a gamer, and you love games, and we all love games. Did we get to every? Yeah, that was it. We finished the intros, right? I think we did.
I'm sorry,
I don't
yeah.
remember.
I don't know.
Somebody, hey, that happens when
Kate,
somebody.
just
we
throw
did.
things at
We
me.
did.
next
Whenever you ask a mother about their children, you expect.
I get it.
Expect
You
to,
get the tiger.
to listen for a while. So, hey guys, this was a very interesting week for Xbox news because there's been these like rumors that these guys like Miles Dampier and Jez Corden from Windows Central, Jeff Grubb, and other people have been alluding to for a while, teasing us with these emojis, and they all in the know on this stuff. Rand as well, he said pretty much he knew what it was when he was on our show last week. And hey, we finally got some more information on one of these AAA Microsoft published possible games, right? And it's not just coming from Windows Central now. After they put their article out today, which you can find the link to that article in the description, we also saw articles from other sites as well, such as Eurogamer and everything. And it started spreading around where like, hey, yeah, I've heard about this too. I heard about this too, right? And so once somebody let the cat out of the bag, it was out there. So now we have some information on what is supposed to be a prototype stage, early in development game that is they have evidence that it is being published by Microsoft, and it is a fantasy style RPG. And I'm gonna bring this up. It also said that it was in a like connected world or something. So it leads it to be. Now they did also say this is early stages. So everything is subject to change or cancellation. Usually games don't get announced this early, right? So it would be years off. But I'd suggest you guys click on the article and check that out in the chat. It's like I said, it's in the description. And hey, this sounds pretty freaking cool, right? So we're talking about another big time talented developer potentially making a exclusive game for Xbox and another potential RPG for Xbox, adding to Fable, adding to Avowed, adding to Starfield, and like, is this like real? You know what I mean? Like, it seems like it is right now. So, what if this is true, which it seems like it is as of right now? Whether this ends up actually coming to fruition or not is a different story. If this is real, like how big is that to have another like huge potential RPG exclusive game for Xbox on top of the ones that we already have announced? You know.
I think
So
the coolest thing
excited.
about this. Oh, sorry. Go for it, Assassin.
No, you go.
Okay. You're too kind. I think the coolest thing about all of this is the developer behind it. IOI, they're fantastic.
An
So
amazing develop- yeah.
amazing. I played Hitman 3. I loved it so much. I went back to Hitman 1, Hitman 2, and then I went back to Hitman 3 this year and platted Hitman 3. I have over 100 hours, I believe, in the Hitman mythos in total. They're fantastic. And the thing that they are the best at is their level design, how intricate and connected the levels are, and just how they approach stealth so differently, because you don't really have to be stealthy. You just got to be clever and
Yeah.
really solve puzzles that aren't there. The best way to describe it. So to me, the thing that makes this interesting is IOI is really only made, for the most part, Hitman. That's their bread and butter. So for them to go out and do something different as well, on top of the fact that we know they're working on a James Bond game,
Yeah.
that I'm in. You had me at the developer.
And this goes in with them growing as well, which is another good sign, because they're adding a whole another potential team for this project and hiring, and that's where some of this information has come from, is looking for game directors, producers, and all that kind of stuff, right, for this project. And it does say, it says, I'm just going to read this part. This is from the article. On IO Interactive's website, various job listings are live for multiplayer positions in IO's Swedish studio. And indeed, we've heard that this Dragon project is a connected world RPG. Set in an entirely new universe. And one of the job listing PDFs on IO's website specifically refers to the team being Dragon, adding credence to the information that they've received. So they basically have received insider information, plus they're also seeing the tangible evidence that's out there in the public, right? So connected world, online, Dragon RPG fantasy game from IO. This is definitely different for those guys. Hey, Lupa, you seem like you wanted to chime in on this. So, like, what are your thoughts about that possibility, huh?
Fantasy is my jam. I am loving the look of a little bit I've seen, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like Bad Bit. I think they are awesome at what they do, and this is going to bring a great new IP at last. A new IP. I'm so buzzing. And with dragons, who doesn't love a dragon?
Yeah,
It's just going to be awesome, and I hope it is everything I'm dreaming it's going to be.
yeah. I think
In your dreams, what is this game? Because
yeah,
you
there you go. That's a good question.
It's going to be like, I don't know, maybe a grown-up Scalebound. I don't know. Something
I
like
want Scalebound so bad, and I just wanted somebody to mention it.
Dead
because I know
game.
Pong is going to give me so much shit
Dead
about saying
game.
it's a dead game. But
I know
what
it's
if?
dead.
What
Jazz
if?
I
even put out the
know.
meme.
I don't
Dead
fucking
game.
care about Jazz. I don't care about fucking Randall Thor. I don't care about their fucking insider information. What if they are going in and they are taking some kind of remnants of like Scalebound and what they showed us in what 2015? Was that 2015? That was 2015.
2015,
right?
definitely.
And they are giving us a game that we all wanted and then they fucking scrapped.
Yeah.
But we are still doing the things that they showed, but more immersive. And it's not going to be Scalebound.
No.
You know, they're not going to say like this is Scalebound. We're not going to name it that, but it is the fucking premise of what they said then, what they showed us, and we're going to ride dragons. And
I want to ride a dragon, dude.
And it's going to be amazing. And it is what it is. And that is what I think that this game is going to be, because Microsoft has seen the noise around Scalebound. Like, I mean, even though it's minuscule, it's not really there. It's there for me because Scalebound looked, that was my fucking like that E3. I was
looked
like,
cool.
Oh my God, they're giving me fucking trading dragons.
Yeah.
This life, yes.
Beat headsets, swords, and dragons. I'm in.
I know.
And that was also a connected world.
Yeah,
right?
it was also
It
a
was
connected
also a
world.
connected world. So here is the thing. They are going to do that. They're not going to name it Scalebound because Scalebound is in the ditch somewhere and it's dying a slow, painful
Platinum
death.
Games,
like
do they
fucking-
own the IP or is it Microsoft that owns the IP? I think Platinum.
I think Microsoft.
Microsoft? Okay.
Yeah.
It was a, I don't know if it was Microsoft. I mean, I know that it was
I know it was
exclusive.
Microsoft published, but sometimes when they make a deal with these like third-party teams, they retain the rights.
That might be
to the
my
IP
why
or
it's not
so.
Scalebound and why Drez and all of these people are saying that it's not Scalebound. Like that's a fucking thing. That's what's happening right now. But I honestly think that they're gonna give us what everybody got fucking super jizzed over on 2015 in 2015. Like it was a fucking thing. We all saw it, we all got excited, and then we all fucking lost our excitement like a year and a half later when they were like, that fucking game is out the window. So if they can give us that, if they can give us some kind of Scalebound taming dragons fucking open world, shared world fucking dragon game, I fucking know that people will be hyped for it. So do it. And if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be IO. So
I do think it will be more grown up, more like avowed graphics, more intricate graphics than Scalebound was going to be. But like I do think it's got to have riding a dragon in it. If it's going to be a new IP, it's got to be different. It's not just got to be fighting dragons, surely. It can
I like that idea.
The
like
mind
Panzer Dragoon,
goes-
but the RPG. You know?
Right. I think the thing is like the word dragon is as of right now just the project name, right? I think it is going to have probably dragons in it, obviously, but we don't know yet if it's 100% focused around dragons or like entirely. I don't think so. It's very interesting to see that though, because you're right. If you say all these things, dragon, connected fantasy RPG, like any Xbox gamer's mind is automatically going to go to Scalebound, which is the game that we did all want, right? So it would be amazing to see. Like the one thing about Scalebound was that was like the game director at Platinum Games. It was like his dream game to make, right? That's what they kept saying. So I don't know if like that would be a reason why Microsoft wouldn't make Scalebound with somebody else, right? I think they would have. I think this is going to be a unique thing from IO, but it could have some similarities to Scalebound, right?
What if we're all wrong?
What if?
And what if it's a Yakuza game? Not like a Yakuza the game, but like you're following the game, Yakuza. Because I know like their big thing is like the
dragon, like Enter the Dragon or something.
I'm just saying. Like, all right, you know what? I was attacked.
We'll attack you.
Pong,
No,
I know
thank
that
you,
you've
but
been.
I would be devastated. I was devastated twice with Fable Legends going and Scalebound. I was destroyed.
Yeah, man, that was
Can't
such a
do that
dark.
to me
That would
again.
don't bring up the dark ages again, please. I mean, just like I can't. The dark times.
We're in the
It
golden
was so
age.
dark.
Yes,
No longer
it
the
was
dark
so
age.
it was so bad to have all these things you're
was.
so excited for, and then you don't ever hear anything about them. Like, what's going on,
I
Xbox?
know.
Where is it? And then the next time you finally hear
Devastating.
something about it is, oh, we're sorry to say that we had to
Deleted
cancel
that,
that
sorry.
project. Oh man, that was like that was rough. Oh, and Lionhead is shuttering, and all of
That
those
one hurt
things.
my
Oh,
soul.
that was bad.
Oh, it
that
did.
was rough, man.
Especially for us Brits. It was
Mhm.
what?
But we're in a different time and place now, baby. Now we're talking about possibilities again, and we're talking about real things, and we're talking about growth. We're talking about new acquisitions.
Say
We're
real
talking about
things like
studios.
Scalebound's not a real thing. Okay.
Well, it was a real
Dead
thing
game.
that fizzled out.
No, it's gonna be a thing. And when I'm fucking right, I hope you all bow down.
Maybe
and kiss my
eventually.
knees.
I think that I will say this. I'm not going to be like most people and say that Scalebound is going to
not
always
Scalebound,
be dead
but the
forever.
basis of Scalebound. What Scalebound was supposed to be. I'm not going to say they're going to come out and be like, "Ooh, this is Scalebound."
Right.
No.
No, I don't think they. There's probably something with Platinum Games why they wouldn't do that. Like
The Xbox is throwing plenty of money at iOS, sorry, Interactive. So hopefully it's going to be awesome, whatever. it
Lupa,
is.
as long as we're riding dragons in a game
Yes.
and we're taming them, then I am right. That's all I'm
So-
saying.
Exactly.
just to
That's it.
put this
we
out
will be
there.
right.
We're all speculating on this stuff. We're all excited, right? The whatever we're talking about happening may never end up actually becoming a thing. Like, because like the people that were leaking this content and telling us about this stuff is keep expectations in check, because these things sometimes never actually happen. These projects can get canceled early on, right, before they were ever supposed to see the light of day. As this one was surely not supposed to see the light of day yet, or us not know about it. So that's we're talking about something and speculating about something that we think and have a lot of hope that it's going to be a real thing for us in a few years, 4 years from now, possibly. That's crazy exciting. But at the same point, like, you have to have in your mind, like, okay, this was not supposed to be information yet. So if anything happens, try not to be disappointed about that, right? You know what I mean? Because these things happen all the time without us ever knowing about it, right? And we got hey, Fork Boy, man. Thanks for the $25 super chat. So my fellow neighbor from about an hour away, roughly. Sup, Fork?
If we could
Fork,
just fucking
how are
kill
you?
him, that would be great.
He says Scalebound is dead with exclamation point, and I think that was meant for
We
Lady.
know.
Thank you, Fork.
Thank you so much, dude. And I'll say, as far as Scalebound, I won't say it's like dead forever, but I do think if we ever see the name Scalebound again, it'll be in the
Absolutely
distant.
not
It'll be in the
happening.
distant future, and it will be involving Platinum somehow, because that the game director there, that was like his baby, right? As far as what he wanted, and Microsoft was the ones that were trying to make that happen. Microsoft, I guess, according to people in the chat, owns the IP. So,
Yeah,
but I don't know, like, this is IO Interactive's baby, whatever they're making, right? And they probably reached out to Microsoft and said, hey, we know you're looking for things. We know you're into these RPGs right now. We're trying to grow. We're trying to start this new studio. Here's a project. Here's an idea of something. It seems like you're into these fantasy RPGs at Microsoft. This is something we've been thinking about making. It's different for us. Give us the opportunity, and we will make it happen. And it's going to be a big thing for Game Pass, and we'll have it ready for you in 4 or 5 years. And that's maybe where we're at right now. Pong, what do you think about this, dude?
Oh yeah. I mean, again, you just kind of took part of where I was going to go with this, because isn't it funny how we were hearing all these rumors about IO possibly being bought out, and then all of a sudden they're happy and they're like, nah, we're cool.
Yeah.
We're good independent. And now we know that there's potentially a pretty big deal with Xbox and Microsoft. I mean, again, they've been, Microsoft and Xbox have been making all these acquisitions, but if you don't have to make those acquisitions and you got a company,
Great point.
a developer that's obviously proven themselves, Hitman 3, took it to the next level. They were already quality, but Hitman 3 really showed that IO has learned their lessons through the years and really knows how to develop a extremely polished game. And they're good to go now. And so why go buy them if you can just go cut a deal and say, hey, you know what, you want to get another part of your studio up and running, you want to get a third team or whatever it is now over there up and running, we're going to help you do that. And oh, by the way, you have this great idea for some type of different kind of game genre that you haven't done before. We're all ears. Oh, it's an RPG. Oh, by the way, we really love RPGs because they're one of the highest engagement genres out there for games. And what do they want in Game Pass? They want games that keep people engaged. So of course, it makes perfect sense that this would happen. And I really think, to go back to my opening statements in my introduction, this fits right in line with Microsoft, what they're trying to do. They're going to try to have one AAA RPG a year from here on out, because that is again, it's one of the most engaged with genres out there outside of games of service, shooters, that kind of stuff. And that's what they want in their service. Yes, you need everything else. And yes, you got to have diversity, but you got to have those games that draw people in for hundreds of hours. That's what RPGs do, especially if you hit it, right? If it's a big RPG, it can change a lot. And that's what they're trying to do right now. They've got all these other studios underneath the umbrella. Why not go have, a second party do it? IO, somebody that you obviously know, again, produces polished games. They have proven themselves. Go do this. Jeff Grubb was talking about today on his show, and he did give a little bit more information and said from what he heard. And again, this is all preliminary stuff. This is so early. It's not even funny. What he heard is a third person over the shoulder, Diablo-esque type RPG. Yeah, that's what he was saying. Now he said, don't anybody go run and say they're making Diablo. He goes, that's not what it is, but he goes, that's the best way for me to describe what I heard it's going to be. So that's an interesting take. Like a third person, true third person. I mean, obviously we know, but Bethesda likes to give you the option, but it's, can be kind of wonky here and there with the third person.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been clamoring for that third person RPG. So if IO, which again, the Hitman series has proven they can do that perspective, if they could pull it together into an open, connected world that's kind of, expansive, and not such controlled levels like Hitman is, but more, just a big open world. If they can put all that together, this might be a unique experience, because we don't know what Fable is as of yet, really. So this could be that game.
What do you mean we don't know what Fable is? Like
we do know what Fable is.
We don't know.
We know that Fable is Fable.
No, we don't know what perspective it's going to be in.
Oh,
we don't know what
on.
perspective it's going to be in. We don't know what Playground's doing with Fable yet. We don't know what their take on Fable is going to be yet. That's what I'm saying. I would say we don't know for sure what they're actually going to create too. So I just think it's interesting that they're taking a chance with IO to do a genre that they've never done before. So whatever the idea was must have really sparked Microsoft's interest and Phil and his team's interest to get them to, maybe give over a big chunk of cash and kind of support this new studio in this project. So I think it's exciting, man. As an RPG lover, I'm all excited.
Because the chat is saying new IP and is not the IO. That's a different one. So he's teasing two different games.
Well, they are teasing two different things.
Yeah.
There's the Cyclone project, and then there's the Dragon project, and that's potentially by two different studios, potentially both from the same studio. I don't know if they've said that clearly or not. If it was from the same studio, if they made a deal with IO for multiple projects, then that would mean it would be a bond, which would also make sense for the swirly logo. Right, the Cyclone, but I don't know if that's what that is. I think it could be something else completely. Boomstick thinks it was.
Yes.
That.
Kate.
3 bits here.
Oh yes, he is. We're so like
Hey, everybody.
Then
engaged.
let you keep
3-bit
talking.
joined us.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can just keep talking. Don't mind me.
No,
No,
hey,
no.
well, dude, super glad that you made. I know you've been like crazy busy, bro. And
I was gonna say, yeah, you
Oh my
look
God.
tired, man. I'm glad
Yeah,
to have
man.
you here.
Oh
It's
my
just
gosh.
his like sexy look. It's
Yeah,
like,
it is. He's striking.
How you doing?
great, man. We're
yeah.
super happy to see you. Thank you for being. Hey, everybody, this is 3-bit. He's new to the show. He's making his first appearance here.
Oh,
First
poor
time.
bro.
He's he's an insider that can't share any information with anybody, and he's very tight-lipped, and he's also an amazing person. So everybody, welcome 3-bit.
Hey,
Hey,
everyone.
3-bit.
What
Glad
up?
to have made it here. I was like rushing, trying to get
Aw.
here and be with you guys, but it's glad to be here with you too, Mr. Badbit. I've been on a
Yeah,
couple
man.
shows with this dude, and it's always fun bouncing off of his topics and stuff. But glad to be here. I've had a very stressful day, so lucky to be with you guys and talk about games and all that. So,
Yeah, you need to unwind. We're doing it. It's
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah. You got
Grab
your
a filter.
You got your
Get-
drinks
get
ready?
your- get
That's
your
water.
whistles
That's not
out.
gonna
Water,
cut it,
put it
bro.
down.
Come on.
all I have is water. Yeah. Well, actually, I might have like, I don't know. I might have some. I might.
Well, don't go
I'm
too
not
hard
going
on
to
us. Don't do
encourage you,
good.
but-
Crazy.
hey, I have something to say about that thing that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah?
do it.
You know the swirly thing?
Yeah.
What is it supposed to be?
Ubisoft.
Well, okay, so yeah.
Well, it's
that's-
they were talking about the emoji, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like something that goes on ramen.
It's all called a fish cake.
Yeah, it's something that goes on ramen.
Is that what,
What
that is?
the swirly thing?
Yeah,
And
the
that's what
white
they
thing
think.
with the
They're
pink
horrible.
swirl.
They're disgusting. I don't
It
know if
goes
you
on
like
like
them.
like ramen, like soup.
Yeah.
What, the
it's called a
actual
fish
emoji?
cake.
Yes,
It's a fish cake.
the actual. Look up like pink swirl ramen.
Okay, but hold on. Look up the emoji right now because you're thinking of the actual fish cake emoji, which is white and pink, and this emoji is blue and
Yeah.
swirly.
If I search fish cake on Google and it's not a fish cake,
Oh, really?
I
it's
told
your
myself
fault
I
why I'm
wasn't
getting the
gonna drink
viruses.
anymore.
That's all I'm saying. It's your fault.
So
Waiting
I
for
just-
somebody to come in chat. and
Oh,
tell me
so
that.
I thought it was pink that he was talking about.
No,
No,
we're
it's
not talking about
blue
pink. We'll
spiky
talk about
swirl.
pink later, baby.
About
It's
to say Aquaman game confirmed.
So who's the one that is Jez the one that put it out there?
the Jez Corden and since then other people have like teased back and forth.
And it was
with
a
him.
blue thing they put out?
It's a blue.
I think
It's a
it's
blue
cool.
cyclone emoji. Yeah.
Okay, so then don't just disregard everything I just said.
Wait, Joe's deep into Googling fish cake
I-
now.
If you see the chat now,
redirected me
you
to
can-
something called a blue waffle. What is this all about?
Oh,
No, not again.
We've had lots of blue
There you go,
waffle discussions on this
mid-2000s.
podcast, by the way.
No, I'm with Boom with when it comes to the swirl.
Water.
I'm giving this all to Boom. I think that is just the gun barrel
Yeah. Golden
intro to
The
James
007. Yeah. It
Yeah.
looks like it. He was like, dude, he had, I think we were on the same episode when he was going through his conspiracy theory about that, right?
Yeah.
And I was like,
I'm
okay.
right there with him.
And
I'm like,
I started
believe it.
Googling it and I'm like, oh, he's like, you know what? This is pretty close. But
Yeah.
here's the other thing, okay? That this emoji is being used in two different scenarios because
Yeah.
it's being used for the AAA published game that the other one that they've been alluding to at Windows Central, right? And then it's also was used again by, was it Jez Corden that made that interesting tweet the other day?
Yep.
And then
Yep.
was it, I think it was Clobrel that was responding to him. And they were having an emoji off back and forth in a little conversation on Twitter. And I mean, these are two people that get a lot of insider information and know things, right? And the other one that we can dive into this now was you had Starfield, on there. You had Halo Infinite on there. Then you had Forza Horizon 5 in Mexico was in the emojis, so you could decipher those easily. And then there was the blue swirl emoji plus symbol.
Yep.
And, well, guess who also has a swirly logo like that is Ubisoft. So Ubisoft Plus was alluded to again by Jez Corden in tweet form, and that's very, very interesting coming from that tweet. So where do we think that? What do we think that means? I mean, is this a foregone conclusion? Because everybody keeps saying it is.
3-bit. Where are we going with this?
I told you, Ubisoft Plus is coming to Game Pass. I told you weeks
It is
ago.
just yes, and that's what everybody's been saying, but it's just so crazy to me because Ubisoft Plus, what people don't realize, and this is like I can't get this through my head. Ubisoft Plus is a service in which Ubisoft games come day one.
Yeah.
There is no
They
more
won't be day and day.
Uplay and
They'll be their
Uplay
own stuff.
Plus. It's just Ubisoft Plus now. They changed the service. Whereas before we had Uplay, then there was a Uplay Plus. Now it's just Ubisoft Plus, right? Is there any more Uplay regular standard version of this? I don't know if there is, right?
Maybe it's just the app, just like the PC app that's garbage.
So, but Ubisoft Plus, what that means is Ubisoft games day one. So is it the actual Ubisoft Plus that they're alluding to, or is it a different tier or version of it that would be introduced in the Game Pass if that happens?
I think it'd be the full thing. And like at that point, the question is like, to me, how do you keep the service at $15?
Right.
That because Ubisoft Plus itself is $14.99 a month with the same price as Game Pass Ultimate, right?
Unless they're trying to do the Disney Plus thing where it's just like Microsoft has a number that they know they want to hit fast, and then once it hits that number, they're like, okay, $19.99, you know?
Right. Which makes sense to me, which is what a lot of the insiders and people that are doing these shows that seem like they're in the know more kind of are alluding to. The thinking that Xbox may have is just make it grow the subscription so large, because not just the price of the subscription is how you make your profit. It's based on the number of subscribers, right? So because you have a fixed cost of whatever you spend, and your profit is going to be 100% dependent on how many subscribers you have, right? So if you raise the price and make it less attractive for people to come in, at that point, you're actually maybe hurting yourself and growth potential. Whereas if you have keep it at $14.99 and you add Ubisoft Plus, and then you get all these Ubisoft games dropping in there day one next year, potentially a Splinter Cell, something like that. Who knows what could happen? And then you have freaking just an explosion of subscribers to Game Pass, and you go from potentially where they're roughly at 22, 23 million right now to after that gets announced, growing substantially immediately. And then in a couple years whenever, you raise the price a couple dollars here and there as you need to. But if the numbers keep booming, then the profits go up, and everything is sustainable at that point. Because how many people probably actually subscribe to Ubisoft Plus now?
I would pay.
I have no idea.
$25 for Ubisoft plus EA. I would pay that for Game Pass with all that in it.
Oh yeah,
no problem at all. But as the subscribers go up, the price then, like you say, Mav, is sustainable. So to me, it's a win-win all round. Win for us gamers more, but also a win for Ubisoft and a win for Xbox.
Yeah.
Because if those millions double, just say, which I think they will in a couple of years, especially if Ubisoft come in, then they could keep it, like you say, at a very small price, like the price it is now, maybe a couple dollars more, and then it's going to be like it's just going to go out of this world, isn't it? It's going to be a Disney or a Netflix.
Yeah.
And
And
I
like
think
for
it's
me,
a good
like
thing.
even if it goes, because that's always been my question. When it comes to Game Pass, it's great. It's a service that I own. I really enjoy. That's how I play Sea of Thieves. So like the one question is like, when does it go up in price? Is it 70 million? Is it 100 million?
Right.
Because like you saw
Only
that
they
with
know.
Disney Plus. Like once Disney Plus got over 100 million subscribers, they're like, and it goes up a couple bucks. And like for the most part, I wouldn't care if it's like 19 bucks, right? Because
No.
you get all these games.
Mm.
And it's the same like with Netflix. We this household, we pay the 20 bucks for Netflix to get that 4K, to get the X amount of TVs, and we don't care because we want to watch Stranger Things.
Yeah.
You know?
3-Bit, what do you
So
think
that-
about
Exactly.
Ubisoft Plus coming to Game Pass? Do you have any thoughts on if that's a thing? 3-Bit?
I hate this
There's
topic.
a red dot on you. 3-Bit, Ron.
Guys, so
Right,
we
3-Bit.
mess with 3-Bit on here because he does work with Ubisoft, like for some stuff, but he may or may not be able to actually
Ubisoft
answer
is
this
great.
question. Yeah,
Ubisoft is fantastic.
I love Ubisoft too, 3-Bit.
You are a politician, 3-Bit. Way to go. You're good. I love Ubisoft.
Yeah.
it would be
hard to
cool
talk
though,
about.
right?
Yeah.
It's like
It would be
Indy said,
great.
it's simple business. If you go and buy a bulk in a warehouse, it's a lot cheaper than buying individual in a supermarket.
Mhm.
It's just simple business.
Yeah, the
And
indie gamer in the
it's-
chat made a good point with that as well, Lupa.
Yeah,
for sure.
that's what I said. Indie gamer is said it right, because that's what I was trying to get across. If there's more, if there's more in there and more people subscribe, then the price can stay at what it is until they decide, well, now we got enough. Now we'll just up it a little bit. And people will be quite
Mhm.
happy with that, I think. I would as
Yeah.
a gamer.
Yeah. Well, hey, it is such an interesting thing to think about, the possibilities. Like where, some people have been saying, hey, eventually every game will just be in Game Pass like day one. It was just like, I don't know, like that'd be crazy to think of that world, but who
we always
knows?
think about like the price increase of like when Game Pass is going to happen, and like the value right now I think is pretty incredible.
Mhm.
It's right now they're just trying to grow whoever's on the service right now, and if it hurts them, it hurts them, but so far it seems to be good for both developers and for Xbox, the way things are going. So maybe once all these big games start hitting Game Pass, like I said this in I think Clown Show, like once you see a Starfield, once you see a Halo, once you see all the other Bethesda games and like State of Decay and all the games we've seen at the different showcases, and all those games are in Game Pass, that's when they might consider like starting to up the prices. But right now it's all about growth, and so far it's at, was it 23 million? So I'm waiting for them to like, I wonder what the number that they want to hit is, because they didn't even really announce 23. Jez did. You know, so I'm wondering if they have like an internal number where they're like, look, we hit this amount, because from what I know, they haven't said, hey, we hit 23 million in their blog post, right? It's other people saying what their numbers are. So I'm guessing they have an internal number that they want to hit, and when they do, it's going to be interesting of what changes they'll make. But for now, it's a great price. I'm not worried about the price increase, because I have it paid for at least a year or 2 years. So either way, I'm pretty good. But it's a good price right now. I'm worried about right now, and right now it's a good deal. So
yeah, it is kind of like a lot of people are like, oh, but it's going to be so expensive later, like down with Game Pass, or like, you can't really worry about that stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's the reality is what it is. The here and now, and what the future is that we know they're invested in, and that's with all the acquisitions, all the studios, and there's no reason to be right now like concerned about it. Now, when you start to see negatives happen, like, okay, let's say they announce tomorrow that, hey, Game Pass Ultimate is going up $20. All right, then let's have that discussion. You know what I mean? Like, hey, okay, oh, what were you trying to do there, Microsoft? But 4 years from now, if they go up $2, or 3, even 2 years from now, if they go up like $2, like that's not, that shouldn't cause like an outrage, right?
Yeah.
So I think
you gotta be smart about it,
right? Exactly. You got Netflix has done that. Like Netflix, each time they make a price increase announcement, they get killed for it, right?
Yeah.
It has not hurt their business at all over the years, right? So, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you for watching right now. I see a lot of awesome familiar faces in there, as well as some new ones. So thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like our content. Share this out to your friends and family and anybody you think might want to hear some cool Xbox talk. And if you do really dig it, then subscribe and hit that notification bell. It really does help what we do. I always forget to say that, and I am making a point to say it now. So, all right. Babe, what would you say if every Ubisoft game came to Xbox Game Pass day one?
Cool.
It would be cool.
Yeah. I mean, anything that comes to Game Pass and day one is awesome, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
definitely awesome for us gamers.
And it's seeming
I'll
like it's
take it.
more of a reality after, especially like the show and Outriders, and these games started hitting Game Pass day one. Third-party games, big games.
Hey,
who knows?
the second Extinction.
Yeah,
I asked you if that was just on Xbox, and you didn't know.
it's on Xbox and PC right now.
So it's not on PlayStation.
Not yet. I don't know if they may eventually come to PlayStation when it comes. I don't think PlayStation has like a game preview program. Do they? Do you know?
I don't know what
Bad
that
Bit?
is really. Is that just a beta?
Not really.
Right. So
Yeah.
it basically, so Steam has this thing called early access, right? Where you can basically purchase a game early while it's still in development. The price that you pay, which is usually less than what you would pay later on. So you get access to an early version of the game, but you get to keep the game even when it's complete by investing in it early. And your spending of the game also helps them with the development of it, and also that way they can test things and everything as the game is being made. So that's called on Xbox, their version of that is game preview, which game preview games were such as Ark and Grounded are also game preview games.
I've never heard you say that.
Because this is really
game.
the first game preview game that I have really been into.
You played
And
Grounded quite a bit, didn't you?
a little
I'm
bit
still
here and
playing
there.
Grounded.
What
Yeah.
other game preview games were there? There was Ark, right?
There's
That was one.
There's
Grounded.
some. There's like
Grounded.
this a vampire game that's in there right now, I think.
Yeah, Enlisted was in preview too.
Yeah, Enlisted.
They're now.
yeah.
Yep. So
They usually the game preview games. I think this is like next to Grounded as the few that really get a big spotlight on Xbox, because it
Yeah.
seems like for the most part, maybe as I say that, PlayerUnknown I also think was in game preview. So there's been like a few far between that get the spotlight, and I think Second Extinction's one of those where it's like we need to spotlight something. Let's go. Let's with the Series S and X. Let's do this little indie over here.
So
I mean, I really love the fact that you can help them out by us gamers
Yeah.
telling them the bugs and everything. I mean, I've had people say, I'm not helping them do their bloody job. Well, in the end of the day, if we're helping them and we're giving them the things that are wrong and they can put it right, that's got to be a good thing.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also like this, like for example, babes, like Second Extinction, it's in game preview, but what they have out there is pretty polished, right? I mean, it's more polished than a lot of AAA games get released at launch that are supposed to be done, right? Now this game is like where they're lacking in is like maybe content just yet, right? Because it's early on and they're going to add as it goes. So like Second
Not to say,
Extinction
there
is
are
amazing,
games,
though.
not that I know of so far of the game preview, but on Steam where they really take advantage of that though. Where developers like, oh, it's in game preview, we can never finish this game and move on to our next game.
What's that one game that's been in like development and Kickstarter for like 10 years? The Star one, like the space game.
Is it Star Citizen?
Yeah, Star Citizen, right? Okay, so yeah, I don't know if that's exactly what's going on with that. So if you're a Star Citizen
so
fan,
far like the games you guys have listed are like pretty good games. I know there's certain games that just stay in beta or alpha though for years.
Like Ark.
Yeah, or Ark. Yeah, I think technically PUBG, right? What
PUBG was another one. Yeah, that 2 or 3 years in beta or alpha or whatever. Yeah.
So a good one developer that really takes advantage of early access on Steam is Larian Studios, and they make the Divinity 1 and 2. Both of those games were in Steam early access. And their Baldur's Gate 3 is also in Steam early access. And you have the ability to play the game early before they finish it. And but their games, when they release, are amazing, right? And it seems like they really have kind of figured out the best way to take advantage of that and still have a big AAA style RPG game come out. So Larian's always one I was like thinking, hey, and I know we all get guilty of this. Hey, Xbox should acquire them. Xbox should acquire them. But like, you know, Larian's like really up there now with some of the top developers of RPGs, right? So I'm curious, always curious what they're going to be doing next, because those Divinity games are incredible.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I want to go back and talk about that fucking dragon game again. It's like, it keeps racking my brain. 3-bit, we were talking about this before you hopped on here. So I didn't know if you wanted to chime in on it though. Like, this, I don't know if, because you've been in the weeds with work, if you've noticed what's been going on Twitter and on some of the websites and some of the podcasts with like, where they pretty much, it's out there now that there's a prototype early in development game, which that is a fantasy, like connected online RPG, supposedly being developed by a new team that IO is putting together and potentially published by Microsoft. So, because cool. I know that you are working on this game, can you tell us all about it? No. What do you think it could be?
Well, I see Jez and Randall, they keep specifically choosing that one. Yeah. I'm gonna say GIF. It sounds better, okay? GIF as opposed to GIF.
No.
They keep
you're a GIF person?
No, I am.
He's a GIF person.
GIF is peanut butter. 3-bit. We've been over this.
Yeah, Joe, you don't know 3-bits. You don't know 3-bits challenge.
He has his own language.
Some words, yes.
Yeah.
So
did he say jizz?
No, he didn't. He said GIF.
No.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
not jizz.
Where's your mind?
They're not putting jizz emojis.
You're getting your GIF for your peanut butter, like I always say, and then your GIF for your images. You get both. It's a package.
No,
anyways,
it's not. But that's
it's a GIF.
It's a
GIF. Yes.
It's not the guy. Okay, we're going to talk.
I don't care what the guy said. I don't care who invented it.
Yeah, we don't care about that.
You don't care about that?
GIF.
That's
Einstein didn't comb his hair, so everybody should just leave their hair as it is. Is what you're trying to tell me. You know, because that's what smart people do. You know, that guy.
Good point. Good point. Yeah, they keep posting, like, I guess that's from Lord of the Rings, right? That dragon. Is that what that dragon's from? Did you guys see that?
Yeah,
Randall and Jazz keep posting, like, every time someone hints at the game from IO, they keep posting that
Emoji.
GIF. Yeah.
Oh,
That
They
dragon
keep-
from
although
Lord
they-
of the
yeah, yeah.
Rings looks so cool.
Yeah.
So-
Desolation is
Maybe they're
Small,
trying to
that
talk
dragon.
about Mortal Kombat.
No,
I didn't even
because
think about that. Well, that's I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe a
that
Lord of
was
the Rings
that
game
was
would be
actually
cool.
one of Boom's original thoughts. Like I think was
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat
was.
and the Killer Instinct crossover. But this thing is completely taking that away because it's IO, and it's also they've said that it's like a fantasy connected world RPG. So now we
Dragon
know
Age.
what the Dragon Age is BioWare, which is
It's
EA.
BioWare, and like I mean, I can see in a way Dragon Age being like an Xbox. No, I can't actually. I want to say that I can, but I can't.
EA and Xbox are really cozy right now. So
I mean, they are, but it's but it's
used to be
fucking
really cozy,
Dragon
too.
Age. Like,
Yeah.
I know,
Mass
it's
Effect,
gonna be
lady,
multi-plat.
remember Mass Effect was exclusive for a bit, and then it wasn't. So not to say
Yeah, Splinter Cell used to be
it's
exclusive
possible.
too.
I mean, it's not impossible, and I don't see it being an impossibility. I just see it being like a far-fetched at this
It is
point.
pretty far-fetched.
It does look like Game of Thrones Drogon, though.
Oh, I didn't even think
Yeah.
about Game of Thrones. That'd be
Yeah.
kind of cool.
There's a spin-off coming called
I
House
said
of
makes
Dragons,
sense.
by the way. It's being filmed 30 miles away from me in Cornwall.
Well, I wasn't here, so what games did you guys think of when you saw
Well,
it?
we were trying to say like what could it be?
You
I
missed
mean
my whole thing,
it's a-
so I won't talk to you.
it's going to be a new IP, I think, right? But we were saying it has a lot of similarities to like what Scalebound sounded like, right? Because it's connected.
Oh, Scalebound! I love
online.
Scalebound. I mean, it's not out,
Well,
but
it's-
you know,
Wanted to love it.
it'll never
did
come
love
out.
it,
but-
and then it was snatched
It's
away.
not
Yeah.
coming out, but what if they like just came out with what it was supposed to be?
Then that'd be cool. I was liking how it looked. It you know, it had some lag and whatever, but it looked like it was going to be interesting. Platinum Games, they make some pretty good games. I think they the development team that was working on that was just making really stupid decisions, honestly. Like they were putting the development money that Microsoft was giving them towards their other projects instead of putting it into Scalebound. It was completely their fault, in my opinion. And you could tell they sort of felt bad about it. Like, hey, Microsoft, if you ever want to team up again, then let's do it. But yeah, that always sucked. But so you guys have said Game of Thrones already. You've said no, you haven't seen. Okay,
no.
that was the first time.
But yeah,
Game of Thrones seems
it's
kinda cool.
possible also because IO is also working on another licensed game, right? So why not this one be potentially licensed as well, right? So it could be, who knows? It could be Game of Thrones.
Or Lord of the Rings.
What if it's Dragon Ball Z?
Just let
Kate's
me
throwing out the
ride a
random things.
dragon.
There's
That's all I
a-
wanna
Dragon.
do, ride
There's
a
already
dragon.
like Dragon Ball Z like RPGs and stuff. So
Right?
like,
Like, I think it's called Kakarot, right? Or something like that.
yeah.
You're correct, Joe. Yep.
And those are Namco.
Yes.
So
Bandai.
when you think of IO, I guess the next question is like, first off, what is their history as a studio? What games have they produced in the past? What fits their identity, and where would they evolve to want to do something different? And because you don't want to just be known as one thing as a studio. I mean, it's good being known for one thing, but it's always cool to step outside of that and sort of create something different. So far they've made a lot of stealth driven games, a lot of stealth action, Clinter spell type games, and
Yes.
like
Hashtag Clinter spell.
Clinter
I love
spell,
Yes.
and like Hitman, right? So maybe their next game, maybe it is based off of like a Lord of the Rings or something, but they're putting it in that genre. Or maybe you're creeping around with Frodo trying to like hide, and that would be kind of cool. Or maybe it's just like something else, like a Game of Thrones. That'd be kind of cool. But
Sneak
I don't know.
Get on a dragon and ride it. Yeah, that'd be cool.
What
That would
about,
be. Or Aragon.
Scalebound?
I mentioned that before.
I got it,
Aragon.
guys. I got it. I figured it out.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Oh, you-
Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, we're not having D&D
That's
on
not
the
it.
date. I'm sorry. I love you so much.
I can't say
I
like
cast
that's not a
magic
possibility
missiles.
because they could license out the get
Yeah,
the
they could
Dungeons and
license
Dragons
D&D.
license.
Absolutely.
Yes,
No.
that's actually
Now, if you were to
I'm all
I
say,
think
on it.
that's a really good guess.
if you were to say a dream game for me would be a new Neverwinter Nights, and not the thing that they got going on like with the free to play MMO thing, you know, not Neverwinter. Okay, I'm talking about the BioWare developed CRPG from back in the day on PC, Neverwinter Nights. Now, Baldur's Gate was also in the same family of games back then, but developed by BioWare, right? That was both of those are Dungeons and Dragons licensed games. Right now, Larian is working on a Baldur's Gate 3. That's in game preview. We just talked about that, and that they got the license for that as well. So you know, they who knows? They could go in. IO could go and say, "Hey, what's something we've always dreamed about working on? Maybe some kind of Dungeons and Dragons thing." That's very
I like
interesting.
what Jay's saying. Jay in the chat is saying Jade Empire.
Oh
Well,
man,
Hit us with a
dude.
classic.
Another
Yeah,
BioWare
I mean-
game. How does BioWare
Yeah.
keep getting brought into this?
Because they made so many great RPGs.
They did make a lot of
They
great
were trying.
Do
RPGs.
it, man. That's
They
actually
were the greatest
really,
RPG maker at that time.
Yeah.
that's a really good suggestion. I would like that. I'd like that a lot. Also, I saw Galore in the chat. I just also have to say
What?
he sucks. He's the worst human being. Please, someone for the
Oh.
love of God, ban that man.
Here,
No
I got
way.
you.
Who is
I got
it?
you,
I got
Bandit.
no. We got everybody here is a mod. So, hey, we also got a $2 super chat from Devin, Hyperfan Gaming, awesome guy. He says it's a new IP, so not a remake. I hope it's Game of Thrones. Hey, well, that would be amazing as well. Now, when they say, I got a question just as because I'm not like some smart guy. If they say potentially it's a new IP, does that mean it can't be licensed like a new game franchise based on a license, or when they say new IP, it has to be a new creation period? That this may
No,
be a question for 3-bit because
It might be a
Yeah.
question
deals
for
with that kind of
3-bit,
stuff.
but I would say no.
So,
Doesn't have to be.
so what's it? So a new IP or license?
Well, if you say
what
like
are you
a
asking?
game is a new IP, right? Can it be based on an existing license from like another media, right? Like, let's say, can it be based on, like, if it's a new game
Oh,
franchise, can it be based on like, let's say you make a new Batman game, but it's like a entirely different kinds of Batman game that's ever existed. Would that be a new IP, or would no because it's based on Batman, which is an existing license?
It'd be, I think,
that's
a new
complicated.
IP. I'm sorry, go for it.
That's kind of tricky.
Because
I know that you
intellectual
can do, like-
property is what that means, right? So it's
Yeah.
not. I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's a tricky question because you do have like if you have a spin-off of that franchise, and that would technically be a new IP. Hey,
New
Psycho.
Psycho, I heard you.
Psycho.
Oh yeah,
Hello.
hey guys, just like earlier, I
What up?
forgot.
Hey, sorry.
What's up, Psychonauts?
Sorry,
Thank you
guys.
for joining us, dude. Greatly
Yeah, I know.
The
appreciate that.
family's
you made
all
it
here.
I
Um,
know. I had computer problems and I was sitting in my chair trying to figure it out and I fucking passed out like an idiot.
That's fine, dude. I figured as much, and but dude, super happy that you were able to hop on with us. So,
Did anyone say that maybe they're doing Scalebound?
there's been a little bit of talk.
Hey,
Lady ranted about that for like 20 minutes earlier, I think.
Oh, really?
Really
Maybe
wanting
they
that
did.
game.
Lady will kill you if you say it's a dead game. So just
It's
go
not
with it.
not that it's a dead game. I mean, it's a dead like fucking title, but it's not
Yeah.
a dead fucking IP. I'm
I
just
mean, Platinum
saying.
killed
It's
it.
there. It's there.
Microsoft kept it alive.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they renewed the IP or something, right?
yeah. So maybe it could be they got IO making Scalebound. I mean, anything's possible now.
That would make me really salty if I was
The
platinum.
world is our oyster.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know if
I mean,
Xbox
they
would
had
do
their-
that, but they could take the idea and run with it with a different name.
We
It's interesting.
dream.
Cool
Mr.
name, though.
Badbit, are you a pirate legend?
I am, and I'm the one that carries that pirate team. So
Yeah.
Luke better shut
I
his
just
cute
thought I'd
little
ask
mouth if he
because he
was
asked
good
the
for him.
question. I thought I'd leave it a bit, and then I thought I'd better ask.
And then he's paying people in chat to say ridiculous things like how Luke's a real Xbox fan. Is
Yeah.
he really though?
Yes.
Is he really?
Luke's the
Easy.
I
best.
doubt it.
Luke's the best.
I don't know. How much he's paying for you? Like let's be real.
Oh, and we,
No,
Can't
we
be a
have
lot. He's a
a
teacher. It's teacher salary. He can't
just-
be paying you too much.
Just boo bad bit. That's all there is to it.
boo, bad- we got a $2 super chat in from JNL Destiny 2 News. That stands for Johnny No Life. That was, I think that's his actual gamer tag, right? Johnny No Life.
Yeah, it is.
JNL Destiny 2 News. What's up, dude? Awesome guy. He says to be honest, probably a how to train, not drain.
How to drain your dragon.
I can't
Whoa.
fucking read, guys. I'm sorry. How to
That's a
train
different game.
your dragon. How to train your
It's a
dragon.
bad
How
dragon
to train your
simulator.
dragon game. Shaking my head. That's great. Fucking amen.
I have a little bit more to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Well-
was going to say How to Train Your Dragon.
Really?
But I have a couple more things to say.
Okay.
Mhm.
Dragon's Dogma.
Okay. Well,
which
just
is
Capcom. So that's not
and that
possible.
and,
It's
and that's
not
rumored to
new.
be in the process.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
working on a Dragon's Dogma too.
Divinity.
That's
Larian. Yeah,
Right.
they're. I don't. Larian owns the IP on that. I'm sure,
Okay,
or whoever.
Eye
published-
of the Dragon.
Eye of the Dragon.
Never heard
It
that
was
one.
a PC game.
And
what about-
dragon?
Did you
Breath of
just-
Fire?
Did you Google Dragon
Breath of
games?
Fire or Lair?
Breath of Fire. Did you just Google
That's
Dragon
Tiger,
games?
though.
I just
Yeah.
googled games with dragons in them.
Great.
I mean,
I'm
we
trying
can
to
go
be
down
involved
this.
in the
I mean, we have
conversation.
Rune
No,
Factory.
it's great. I
Like,
love it.
mean, there's a
You're doing
whole
great,
fucking
Caitlin.
Good
I see
idea.
Mike Sperling in the chat says Dragonheart, and we also have a
Watch
couple more
one of the
super
things I
chats.
said be it.
If it is, then I fucking give
Then
up.
all you
Then you-
motherfuckers are gonna-
then you're taking over the main.
I already
hosting
know what it's
duties.
gonna be.
Maybe
so-
they're
That's
finally
good.
making a Reign of Fire game. Oh,
Oh
underrated movie.
man, yeah, bro.
Oh,
Wow.
yes.
Okay, that's a good one.
So we got a $5 super chat from Dead Wolf. He says, "Break your NDA 3-bit. Do it," with like 20 exclamation points in all caps. Then we have a $2 super chat from Xbox Expansion Pass. Thank you so much, dude.
What's he
Hi,
say? What's
Xbox
he say?
Ultimate. Why is Bad Bit a fake fan? Question mark, exclamation point.
Exactly. Good
He
question.
wasted $2.
Good question.
I think
Game
it was a
Pass.
fair
But he thinks it
question.
was money well spent.
I think it's a fair question. And Bad Bit, I think you should actually answer this one. Why are you?
Yeah,
a fake
Get him,
fan?
Luke.
You're
I'm a
required
fake
to
fan
answer.
to the Xbox expansion pass. Luke sucks, and I still haven't listened to the last episode. Luke, I hate you.
Nice. Are you okay?
I'm losing it. I'm
We
losing
do
it.
that pretty frequently on this show. That's okay. All right. So I guess, we got other stuff to talk about too, even though I don't want to, because this is like such an amazing possibility. But we talked about Ubisoft Plus a little bit. Psychonauts, we think it's happening based on all the emoji insider stuff going on around there. So
Yeah, I mean, that's been talks for a long time.
yeah, it seems like it's just that's going to be an E3 announcement, probably. I would assume.
Yeah.
At this point, or maybe before. If they were to announce that before E3, then that's just going to blow my mind. Because then that just makes me even more hyped for E3. But if you go with the trends that Xbox has had the last couple of years, they really have saved E3 pretty much just for games. And
Yeah.
they've kind of hit us with major news right before E3 that are not games related, right? So something they could do is announce Ubisoft Plus like right before E3, and then at E3 just focus on the games again. that would be a possibility.
I think a couple of things got leaked. That's why they just came out before E3.
Yeah.
So something like this, they could wait for E3 because Ubisoft is going to be at E3 this year. So they could do like announce a game on their stage and then say it's coming to Ubisoft Plus, which is going to be in Game Pass.
Yeah.
And drop it like that.
And then there's the whole Switch stuff that keeps happening as well. So then we got to think about that possibility as well. Like, why is there Switches keep showing up on shelves everywhere, right? So, hey, it's a good time to be an Xbox fan in Speculation Town right now. But guys, we actually did get some.
So much.
There is crazy amount of stuff.
So much. It's stupid.
All these insiders and people that are in the know have been saying our minds are going to be blown in the next year, right? With news. And we thought the Bethesda acquisition was like, they said that was just the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And with all of these crazy things that we're seeing alluded to now, it seems like that's no lie, right? Like, Golden Age is real, not just for Xbox, like everything. The investment in gaming is taking over as like never before. And when these big companies and publishers and investors start pouring their money into this industry to grow it rapidly like this, is why you're seeing all of this kind of crazy stuff happen like this. It's causing massive major changes, not just to the stuff that's being developed, but to the corporate structures of like the who owns who, like major consolidation and shifting going on. It's just like bananas, and who knows what is possible. It's going to be absolutely insane. We got a competition going on the show right now, which is making me die inside. And I don't know if I can take much more of that, guys. All right, so we got.
You can't see me though.
Lupa's winning.
I'm winning by a mile, dude.
She's been doing it the whole time.
I have.
Hold on.
All right,
so are you saying that Xbox contracted 3-bit to make the new Halo Wars 3? Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
that would be awesome.
Of course it would.
I would love that. Actually,
I would
break my NDA to tell you guys about that.
all the new games that are going to be dropping into Xbox soon is going to be amazing.
Yeah. Well, the releases this fall. Here's what I'm thinking, right? Okay, we're gonna have this like wave of news around E3 in the summer going, and then we're gonna have the releases that start this fall and holiday, and then it's just not going to end for years. It's just gonna. It's like we're on the cusp of something great in gaming right now, and like. Just period, it's going to be absolutely astounding. So when you see like these things about IO starting up a new team, that's not something you would have really thought about being even a possibility a couple years ago, so
True.
All right, we do have some actual news, not just speculation stuff to talk about, because Halo, who I know Mr. Badbit is actually a huge Halo fan.
That's right. Bigger than Luke Lore, by the way.
we have a lot of deets. I'll say I'm such a douche. Deets dropped on Halo Waypoint.com, and where they talked about stuff revolving their commitment to making the PC experience a legitimate PC experience for PC gamers, to give those perks that the PC gamers expect and want out of their big titles. And also with that news, we also got some new screenshots. And I was talking to 3-Bit about this a little bit yesterday, about some of the technical things with the screenshots about the improvement on those versus what we've seen previously.
Into my nerd rant.
Yeah, and hey, it's pretty impressive improvements. Now, the way to judge these screenshots before we get everybody else's thoughts is not to zoom in on it, a screenshot at 100% and count pixels on a still image. That's not what you want to do. You want to look at the image as it is in the regular size, because you're not in an environment. You're looking at a flat picture. So, hey guys, did anybody else see any of this Halo news? Got any thoughts on any of it?
This game's gonna be awesome. First and foremost, I really like how A, they're taking their time, B, they're communicating with their audience, and C, they're being so transparent about it. Unlike Galore, who isn't transparent because he's fake trans. So like I saw the one thing that they I believe talked about was crossplay between PC and console.
There's crossplay and cross progression.
Yeah, which is awesome
huge.
because you could be playing it on the go, you could be playing it on your Xbox, you could be playing it on a friend's house on their PC. Like that's awesome. I think it's one of the biggest things when we're talking about being able to play anywhere. The one thing that sucks is like if I'm playing a game like I think Destiny didn't have it for the longest time, but The Division I think doesn't have this, so it's a good example. When a big triple A or producer popular game doesn't have either crossplay, that's a bummer. But I think the biggest bummer to me is cross progression. Cross progression is such a huge deal because I want to make sure that everything feels like I'm actually progressing or feels like I'm at home. Like if I'm playing a game, I played what just came to Game Pass. Everybody talked about it beginning of
Second Extinction.
No, the
Outer Wilds. I mean, not Outer Wilds.
Outriders. There you go.
Outriders.
Oh my god, COVID fog hit me hard there. So like, Outriders came to Xbox. I was lucky enough to get a code, and having that progress, like being like 5 hours behind, I was like, oh, I gotta waste an evening just to catch up to my Xbox account. It's a really awesome thing when you have that progression because it doesn't feel like you're wasting your time, though you are just wasting your time. So I think that was the biggest one for me. I'm very curious though, as someone who likes to get a little competitive here now, how crossplay is going to work out. Is it through input or are they just throwing everybody? Because if it scares me, because mouse and keyboard, as much as I think it's gross, it's the superior way of play. So are they just going to have the advantage all the time? I don't know if they address that on the blog post, but that's my only concern is how they address crossplay. But I'm really digging the cross progression stuff. And I saw some people, the fanboys, like toss out like, oh, look at Ratchet and Clank and look at this. Two totally different games. Both these games look fan-freaking-tastic. As a Halo fan, it does feel like they're going to Halo of old with at the same exact time, giving it that truly modern look to it. So I'm so in on this. This is still my most anticipated game this year, and I'm rooting big for 343. They need a win, and I want them to win. So, yeah, all's good. All good on the bad bit front for sure.
Nice, man.
I always said like about 343, their problem was never graphics. Like you go to like Halo 4 or Halo 5, their problem lies elsewhere. Maybe like you can argue like the lore, or maybe they made some decisions in the multiplayer that some things you might have felt more familiar with, like the older Halos, and then you're like, why did they make that decision? You can make it in those departments for sure, but the graphics has never been a problem with 343. They really pushed the envelope for Halo 4 on the 360. That was one of the best looking games on the 360. It still is to this day. And Halo 5 was a beautiful looking game too. So yeah, for all the people who say like Halo Infinite, they're worried about the graphics. I'm not. I'm worried about other stuff. But even then, I'm really excited for Infinite. It's my most anticipated game right now.
Yeah.
I know they haven't shown us like there's so much they're not showing us, and that is sort of amping up my hype even more because I'm like, what else? What is in the game? I have a feeling the flood is in the game. And 343 has never done the flood before, so how are they going to do their take on the flood? I'm excited. Like, how open is the environment? I know there's different like weather that we can expect to see there. I know the world is it's going to have some level of replayability, as I think all the Halos sort of do in certain aspects. But the story mode is going to have some like pretty good level of replayability because of like different encounters at morning to night. I've heard like a nighttime you'll get like more sniper jackals, and they'll like light up, and
nice.
they like make it like really fun for if you're playing the game at night. They like do certain things to make the environments look very cool. Like there's like luminescent whales and stuff. I've heard like all these little tidbits and info that it makes me excited to see like where they're going with this game. And yeah, I'm overall excited. Like keep releasing a little bits of info like that, and that makes me really excited for the game. So we'll see.
Do you guys think that they're gonna show us a lot at E3?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to Halo?
Yeah.
That is the time to show. Yeah, for sure.
What if they don't? Will people be pissed?
I will.
You will.
Yeah, there'll be people tossing chairs.
If they don't, people will start talking about another delay.
So basically, like
Guaranteed.
they are expected to show us something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the big blowout. Yeah.
Drop the gravity hammer on us. See, that's it's something from the inside. Us Halo fans would know. Galore wouldn't.
SB in the chat says, "Why are there no playable elites?"
I believe that has to do with like multiplayer balancing, and I'm gonna be real. I don't think anybody uses the elites. I'm sorry.
It's because 3-Bit hates elites, and so he called up 343 and told them not to do it. So they listen.
Right.
That's what happens.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
So
no more elites.
I mean, like the 3 people that use elites, I think that's why they probably took it out.
Shout out to Zemi.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my friend Ryan. We
And
all have
Avish.
that one person in the squad that wants to play as the elite.
Yeah,
And we're
we
like,
have one too, I believe.
yeah. And you disgust me, but I'm only kidding.
So I put a couple of these images up on the screen for you guys to see. And
don't forget, these images dropped into Twitter, and so their images were decompressed. So I mean, it's not like original high resolution pictures. So people that are trying to zoom in the pixel count are just being silly right now.
No, you can't. It doesn't work that way.
It's gonna happen every time.
It's
Yeah.
going to
Doesn't
be
matter what
awesome
happens.
because they've had the extra time. Xbox Phil have stood up there and said, "We're going to take the extra time to make it good." I can't see it's not going to be good. They won't put it out if it's not good, and therefore, and it's definitely coming out in November, so it will be good.
So
They will make
3-Bit.
sure it's going to be good.
You were telling me something about like the lighting and stuff that you see is different on like what they showed at the demo that everybody complained about, right? Based on it versus what you see in these images.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me?
Oh, do you have it up on the screen?
Yeah.
Or you do?
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot, let me pull it up. Yeah, the biggest difference I saw, and this is me without looking at the image, is the shadows, like the ambient occlusion. So for people who don't know what ambient occlusion is, it's pretty much like without you putting a light in the room, where is their natural shadow without you putting any lights? There's always going to be light, like inside of a crack, maybe when you open up a drawer, there's always going to be shadows in there, right? So there's like certain areas where you tell the engine like, hey, despite everything, despite wherever I put my light source, there's always going to be a shadow in this specific area. And some certain areas where like concept art and stuff like that, there's areas like underneath your eyebrow. There's always shadow here, there's shadow underneath your nose because there's no light that gets there, right? So what they have done to improve the like what we can clearly see from the demo that we saw to now is you can see a lot more of that. You can see like more shadows in the grass, which was like pretty much non-existent in the demo. There was like kind of flat, which can be a style choice, right? In like a Breath of the Wild or something. But even Breath of the Wild has like some cell shading and stuff in the grass and makes it pop a little bit more. But if you guys compare the previous demo to now, is just a lot of that. It's a lot more ambient occlusion. It's a lot more shadows, a lot more lighting going on. So not me jumping even to far nerdum, that's pretty much the difference that I saw, like just looking at the new images like right away. That's what I saw. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I actually have a second extinction picture up there now. Sorry.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
So,
oh wait, bad bit's
that's
talking.
DLC for
but you're muted. What
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was just mentioning the warthog driving across the grass and seeing the shadows off the different blades of grass is beautiful. And just even seeing the sniper is always a big deal for me because I have nostalgia to it. When like in the original Halo, when the level Truth and Reconciliation, where you start off with the sniper and you just see everything through the scope, but like in like night vision, always blew my mind. And that's when I have the sniper, that's always the thing I'm looking at, is like, let me see what the scope is seeing. So yeah, that picture hits nostalgia perfectly for me and just looks absolutely gorgeous. Everything about this game looks gorgeous.
Yeah, there's just stuff in the game that besides the things that I mentioned, there are certain things in the game that really excites me, like the Marines and the side missions. We know there's some sort of side missions in Halo Infinite, so like saving the Marines, we know that's sort of a part of it. Like we've seen the teaser in the very first teaser they show, you see like the Marine like waving the orange flare, and then in some of their blog posts they sort of hinted at like maybe you'll be able to save these Marines and bring them to a base, or maybe you take them on a mission. Maybe you don't like, maybe you save those Marines and you're supposed to take them back, but maybe use them for another mission. and you could go out of order, and it seems to be. So that's going to be pretty cool.
So also with this news, you had like PC stuff, right? With the ultra wide screens, like I talked about. They're also adding, like we said, the crossplay, the cross progression, and some other features with like obviously the field of view slider, which they also say is going to be on console, and a bunch of other stuff. And it seems like they are committed to making this game for everybody, because PC was always kind of like an afterthought for Halo. Right. And it seems like this one, they're giving all the bells and whistles to the PC players. Right. And they want to make sure that it's popular with that community, that it doesn't feel like, hey, we're not focused on this. You know what I mean? So I think that's going to actually help the game because a lot of the people out there that, either stream or in the community, like YouTubers or whatever, there's a lot of PC gamers, right, that are heavy in the public eye with gaming. And I think also, if you make a game that is not babied down for them, it's going to give them everything that they want and make Halo more attractive to that heavy PC gamer, right? So hoping that pays off for it in the long run, as well as just the overall access to the game.
Is it just me, or since maybe it's coincidence, maybe it just has to do with the, you know, the extra year, but ever since Joseph Staten came back, they've really buckled down, and like things seem to be progressing at such a better, I guess, a better pace. They've just gotten so much more confident in what they're showing, and so much more stable, right? It just seems like everything now is well thought out about what they're showing and how they're giving us the information. And again, this is coming from a casual Halo fan, so don't get me wrong. I'm not, you know, I'm excited for the game and I love what I'm seeing here. But just compared to the state of chaos, I mean, I guess I won't go that far, but it just seemed like nobody really had control of the messaging prior to this. And ever since Staten came back, it just seems like they have been on point with everything. And like I said, maybe it's just coincidence, maybe it's a little bit of a combination of having that extra year to polish, but they're really doing a fantastic job with this and getting that hype ramp back up again and showing people that they, you know, the work that they're doing, the, you know, and the effort they're now putting into this for this extra year is worth it. And it's going to make the game that everybody was hoping for prior to this, right? That this is the Halo game, and this is the one that's going to bring it back to that, you know, pillar status of one of the best franchises in the gaming industry. And they really want to change that perception of what 343, you know, where people have had some criticism of it in the past. 343 wants to make their mark this time. And it just seems with Staten in control, they really have a good understanding of what they need to do from here on out until launch. I'm just impressed with that.
I think part of that like comes with, you know, Halo being in sort of disarray, right? For at least the senses of in August, Staten coming in and then saying, listen, we got content. Let's give people reassurance, and planning monthly drops of reassuring us to the point where it's you're at the point where Pong, you're like, you know what? Let's go.
Yeah.
That's you're getting, you don't have just the faith restored. You now have, you know, the hype now commences, you know. And I think it just that deals a lot with maybe the heads. I want to give Staten maybe all the credit, because who knows what goes on behind the scenes, but the heads knowing, okay, if we're delaying this, people are going to get really pissed off. So
Right.
how do we reassure people, and with all the news coming out, that the ship doesn't have as many holes as it does? And I think that's why I think it's really just them being so transparent now, and it's really because they have to. But now it's kind of more than just like a press release going, hey, Staten's here, here's a look at a Spartan, look at those ray trace reflections off their helmet, and then just going over, or what seems to be over and beyond for Halo fans in terms of communication. I think that's why you get that feeling. It's a good feeling to have, and that's a good sign that they are listening to the community and their feedback, you know.
Right.
Yeah. And it also like a lot of their problems do stem from, I think a lot of people have to realize, a lot of their problems stem from them doing a new engine. And I think people think about their development time like, oh, they've been developing Halo Infinite for a while. And I'm pretty sure I've said this on a couple of podcasts as well. Like, yeah, they've been developing it for a while, so it should be great, right? But from Halo 1 to Halo 2, Halo 3, ODST, Reach 4, and Halo 5, that was the same engine. It was the Blam engine. With of course the Havoc physics and stuff like that. But that was pretty much the Blam engine. And one of the major problems with Halo 5 and why it's hard for them even now to update Halo 5 and put new maps in it and stuff like that, it's like maxed out. That engine has been like used almost like fully. It's ridiculous. So what did they do? They pour a lot of their resources into MCC and put seasons and stuff in that instead of like Halo 5. If you guys are wondering why, it's because that engine is just, it's outdated. They did what they could with that engine. So
Yeah.
and if you guys look at the interview that Bonnie Ross did with Ryan McCaffrey, it was like a while ago. She talks about how the developers have stated that that engine was an issue for them for a while, and they brought it up during Halo 4's production, and then they sort of like, it'll be fine, we'll maybe do something with it. We'll change it for Halo 5. They didn't. So what did they do? They're like, okay, we really need to change this engine for Halo Infinite.
But it seemed like they worked on Halo Infinite and then made the decision, okay, like we can't do this, and then decided to start making the new engine in development of Halo Infinite. It was
pretty much after Halo 5,
right?
And they were just like, okay, listen, we can't do this anymore. This is Halo 5 is like, we pushed this engine to its limit, and there's a lot we want to do with the Halo franchise, but we need newer engine to push it. And so the majority of the problems that they are having, even with the demo, I'd argue, even though it was an older demo, I would argue a lot of their problems just stem from that engine. A lot of their development time went into making sure that engine is not only just good for Halo Infinite, but for the future, because Halo Infinite is a platform. So it's Halo Infinite's release. Yes, like they want to get ready for the release, but potentially use that engine for future Halos. And also like whatever they're planning on for the future of Halo. Because that they're going to make Halo Infinite sort of like what they're probably doing with Forza. They're just gonna constantly release maps and just events and whatever they have planned. They're making this like their big Fortnite type title, where not just the Halo fans are being targeted, but people who haven't played Halo before. Maybe they've heard about it. And like, hey, the Fortnite skin, the newer generation, right?
Well, you guys heard it here first. 3-Bit says they're turning Halo into Fortnite. That's insider information. Fortnite, Halo is going to be the same thing. So look forward to that, everybody.
Fortnite X Halo is a new title, sort of like a Street Fighter versus Tekken.
Like 3-Bit, you're so right. Like there are so many like people like of all ages like that probably saw that Fortnite skin of the Master Chief, was like, oh, that is really well, and bam, like that's how they get introduced to Halo. And that skin, best skin in Fortnite.
Yep,
best skin. They did such a great job recreating it.
Oh yeah, you're right,
so
man.
Like,
my daughter,
cool, like your parachute's like the ship,
the Pelican. Yeah, like, dude, awesome. It's awesome. It's my favorite skin.
When Lara Croft hit that game, all the kids were talking about like Lara Croft. She like wanted to play Tomb Raider, like she was like, who is this character? These games like have an impact. There's a reason they were doing that, like with Kratos and Master Chief and stuff.
You're 100% right. They're like I played I got the battle pass, I got Laura, and I was like, you know what, she looks great in this game. I've never played the remakes, and then I went and I played through and beat the 2013 Tomb Raider, and that game has such an advertising strength to it that that's warranted. So yeah, no, that's great point, 3-Bit, as always.
Shoot, what was I gonna say? I can't remember, but
I can't remember.
I can't remember. You got never mind. So pretty much Halo Infinite is going to be a really good game, and I think with new kids like coming into it, like with Fortnite, it's introducing the game to like a whole new audience. So they have the gosh, my brain just like just went. I don't know what just happened. But no, I think like it's introducing the game to a new audience, right? So now that Halo is going to be a platform, they have to think about building the game like with Halo Infinite, not just as the singular title, but also for the future, because they're also working on a spin-off game as well. So maybe like sort of like in Warzone, where you can connect your Modern Warfare game to the Warzone game, it probably be something like that. When you open up Halo Infinite, you can also go to ODST 2, right? So yeah, that's all I got.
They putting battle royale mode in it, 3-bit.
They should. I think
not at launch, you think?
I don't think at launch, but I think they'll have some modes that is definitely going to surprise us that we're not even thinking of, like maybe flood. We fight the flood or something like that.
Oh man,
that would be cool,
dude. Could you imagine like okay, hold on, hear me out here. You just had me, you know, I get these fucking random thoughts sometimes when somebody just says something and you just triggered one in my head. All right, imagine okay, you know how like Halo's got like the Warzone kind of where the NPCs are around and stuff. All right, but imagine that with the flood, but like kind of like Titanfall-esque where you're running around, you know, and like there's like flood around everywhere, you know, and it's like a dark, more like surreal, like kind of creepy environment, almost like ODST style, right?
Yep.
Your orbital drop shock trooper, ODST, drop down in. You're a team. You get it's dark outside in New Mombasa or some shit like that. Who knows what the fuck they can come up with, right? Like, and you got to do these missions and stuff together, co-op as a team, running around the map, and there's flood everywhere, bro. And then also maybe another team out there that you don't know where they're at. In a big, large map, and you know you could, dude. I'm just make it happen.
Let's
go, man.
Let's go, man. It's just like
there's so much they could do. I don't think they'll have a battle royale just because they've said it so many times. Like BR should only stand for battle rifle.
Yeah.
So maybe
I
not
think
a
they're
battle
hiding
royale.
something with that though.
But I do think maybe there will be a mode similar to battle royale. It's just not called battle royale.
By the way, guys, I want to make sure I get this $5 super chat from Snakewood earlier. He said, "Here's to another great podcast, ladies and gentlemen." Well, thank you, Snakewood. Here's to another great guy. You're awesome. So thank you very much for that. All right. Yes, 3-bit. Make this game. Tell me how you're going to create it.
How would I make Halo?
Make the game I said. Just go do it.
Your new Mombasa game?
Yeah. Just go make
Honestly, I would rip the mood that I got from ODST. It's such a like a jazzy, like smooth, sad game. So I would take Mav's idea. If I had to make his game, I would take inspiration from ODST to pour it into that and make it
which I did say ODST.
Yeah,
just throwing that out there. So you're just
ODST.
You're not enhancing my idea.
It's okay for him to have the same fucking thoughts.
No, it's not.
I'm just saying it's okay. Let him have his fucking same thoughts, yo. Me and Tong have the same thoughts all the time. We're like sausage. Yeah.
Sausage.
That's
no context there. Lady and I always thinking sausage for everybody.
Yeah, all the time. That's all I think about. Sausage.
What up? No pancakes, Pong? No, just sausage.
Just sausage.
Making bacon pancakes.
Making bacon
pancakes.
Waffles are superior.
All right.
I am totally
Are we getting into that discussion?
Train. So if we weren't going to like the breakfast sweetness, like we can totally look at Mav just shook his head. He's like, we're not doing it.
No, I can talk about pancake and waffles all day. It depends on what day of the week is which one's best for me, baby.
It's French toast. That's the answer.
French toast is trash.
I'm not a fan of French toast.
Kaitlin,
I'll say this.
After hours.
Gotta go.
Waffles is the most versatile, right? I've never had.
I
but, like,
do
you can
love
have chicken
waffles.
on
I
waffles.
love waffles.
ice cream on waffles.
Mhm.
Like,
That is
it's
true,
low
sir.
key fucking great. And
Yep.
and it doesn't get I feel like it doesn't get recognized enough because like you have the Waffle House and Waffle House is just trash. So like everybody loves the International House of Pancakes, IHOP,
I've
Denny's.
never
What are you
been
getting?
there.
Well,
Honestly,
it's
IHOP's
very
pancakes
Swedish because
taste like
it's international.
shit.
They do.
I worked
It's
at
just
Denny's
They
for
taste
6
like
years.
fucking cake batter.
it's just I want to rile up Luke. I want to see if he's still here because he's like Waffle House is the best. And I'm like, shut up, Luke, you stupid
Well,
idiot. Anyway,
pancakes are amazing. But here's the
You
thing:
sound like me when I'm mad at Mav.
when you put
I'm
the
always
butter
angry, I'm
and the
aggressive.
syrup on the pancakes, like you have probably like about 2 minutes to eat it before it's like not edible anymore. Whereas a waffle, you could let that baby sit there for a week and come back to it. It'll probably look exactly the same, and you go.
You know what's the best? Some good old fucking Eggo waffles. You cannot go wrong with those.
The
You
blue
cannot go
raspberries
wrong
are
with a good
awesome.
crumpet.
I mean, that's the thing.
What
I
the
eat
fuck
if
is a
it's like-
crumpet?
you lady, Assassin Lupa,
need to
please
know.
educate us. What is a crumpet?
Crumpet is it's like a round thing. It has lots of air bubbles in it, holes. You put the butter on when it's hot and toasted, and it melts into.
It's a waffle.
It's not a damn waffle.
English
It has
muffin.
little
It's an
tiny
English
holes.
muffin.
They have a waffle and they call it a
Huh.
A
crumpet.
muffin.
Lady
is
doesn't like
a cake.
certain foods where they have an actual name. Like what was it? The dish pizza is not a dish pizza apparently.
It's a
casserole.
casserole.
So I
And-
looked it up. I looked it up
Fucking
because
pizza's a casserole.
It looks more like a
Assassin
biscuit.
Lupa, you were describing a pancake, and
No,
when I looked it up, it literally looks like just a small pancake.
no, it's not. It's about half an inch or so thick, and it
Okay.
has all little holes in
English
the top.
muffin.
And you toast them, and when you toast them, they're really hot. And then you put the butter on, and it melts all through. And when you bite into it, dribbles down
That's
your
an
chin.
English muffin. Yeah.
No, it's
Over
not.
here in the
A
States.
muffin is a bloody cake.
Yes,
over
but
here in the States, that's what we
United
call them. That's what we
it's
call we call them
English
English muffins.
No, a muffin you cut in half and toast, and it's solid.
It's
No,
definitely an English
it has-
muffin.
It's not
It
an
has-
English muffin.
Sourdough English muffin with apricot jelly. Yeah.
After
no,
1776,
English
we drew the line. We called it an English muffin.
We took it for
no.
ourselves.
Exactly.
Do you?
And then the 1780s, it was just like, you know what? Enough with the French. We're calling them French fries. You know, trying to be
No,
unique.
I swear to you, a crumpet is completely different to a muffin.
I'm googling this too. Okay,
Look,
crumpet.
I can
different.
send you a picture in Twitter. It's
Yes,
like
and it'll
it's
look
a
like an
small
English
griddle
muffin.
cake made from unsweetened batter of water or milk, flour and yeast, eaten in the UK, Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. I'd like to add. And yeah, you American call them English
Okay.
muffins.
So Google says that a crumpet
Thank
is
you.
like more like a loose batter, and that
Yeah.
English
Okay.
muffins
Very
are made from
loose.
more of like a dough.
Yes, it's a bread dough, a muffin, and you cut it in half and toast it.
And it
Where a
says crumpets are
crumpet-
only cooked on one side. I think that's why they have
Yeah.
like the
They have a brown
Well, English
bottom,
muffins should only be cooked on one side too.
and
they're cooked on both sides.
the
No.
ingredients make it so that when you cook it in a frying pan, it bubbles.
Yeah, it has like
Get
the
little
bubbles
air
in it. Yeah.
pockets. They're only tiny, but when you put your butter on, it melts in and they're really nice. You can cook a crumpet in a toaster as well.
You just described an English muffin. Lupa.
It's not an English muffin. It's what you Americans call an English muffin.
So here's the
Over it's a
the
damn crumpet. That's because you
Did anybody
can't say
see this?
bloody
It's a
bugger
fucking
down
English
either.
muffin.
a crumpet is to a muffin
No,
as
lady,
cricket
no.
is
It's
to
a
baseball.
wannabe. Okay, my English muffins are a wannabe, like fucking. Wait, what does 3-bit call it, guys?
It's a nice bit of crumpet. is
Oh,
what it is.
Crumpet.
bootleg.
A
bootleg sandwich.
It's a bootleg crumpet. My
Crumpet.
English
Crispy.
muffins are a bootleg
We had
crumpet.
them way before you.
I know. That's why it's a bootleg. That's why it's a bootleg. It's a wannabe crumpet.
Or
I'm
You
Oh,
will
we-
only
not
get this kind of
saying-
talk on Xbox Ultimate.
I'm not saying
No,
that like when
not
I wake up
having
in the
it.
morning and I
Don't
go
wanna be
downstairs
in
and I
this
like
bloody
take my
muffin.
fork. I take my fork and I break my English muffin apart and I put it in my toaster and I
Yes.
crank it up to like level 6 and I put it on the bagel setting so only one
Level
side.
6?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
I'm
the
a- I'm a
muffin. You
toasty
break it
person,
open. You
okay?
I
never
like
break
it
open
toasty.
Is
a
that what the
crumpet.
bagel setting does?
Yeah,
Thank
it
you,
toasts it
Spooky.
on
Yes.
one side, so it
Thanks,
doesn't toast
Spook.
it on both sides. So you
Right.
don't get it on the outside. You only get it on the inner side.
Oh my god,
And
this
it's
is
amazing.
Oh, we're learning something new
Wow.
tonight.
Wow,
Look
you
at
put
this.
it on
in
the
the-
bagel
look
setting.
in the
I'm
chat.
You
learning
grab your
new
butter and you
things.
grab your apricot jelly and you're just like, and then you sit down and you put
Apricot.
mayonnaise on
Apricot.
it.
You could put
Apricot.
butter and cheese on a
Mayonnaise.
crumpet.
I know, but
And an
I
egg.
love it.
Strawberry jam.
honestly,
You
I
had me
love
till you
English
said apricot.
muffins.
I
love
love
English
apricot
muffins,
jelly.
but
English
Apricot jelly
muffins
and
is
English
nothing
muffins.
like a
Sourdough
damn
English
crumpet.
muffins.
I'm going to get a box and send them to you now. This is annoying me.
Oh my god, will you please send me your crumpet?
Yes.
I will send you a good
Yes.
old
I
crumpet.
will
The
send
reason
you
you
something
Americans don't call
super
it a crumpet
American.
is because
I don't know what it's
crumpet
gonna
is
be.
food.
Send you something super American? Is that
Like
what
a
you said?
burger? Or
Yeah.
something?
What do you-
It's
All
gonna-
right, I'm gonna send you a ribeye, Lupa. I'm just gonna send you a
know
big
what
old
a
Mary
brisket.
send
ribeye is. We have ribeyes
Lupa,
over
I'm
here.
gonna
We even
make
have New
you
York strips
something.
over
But
here.
not-
I'm gonna have American
I'm
ribeye.
just gonna
Yeah.
make something for you.
Give you like a
Super
steak and
American.
like something American would be like a New York strip and like a broken
Yes.
healthcare system is what I
Yeah.
can send you.
I'm gonna make you like a
Pretty much.
cookie in the shape of an eagle.
Yeah.
So JNL, I gotta go get an egg
Freedom.
Somebody
McMuffin,
open it,
a
just confetti and
McDonald's.
shit. Some
It's
American
a muffin, not a
bullshit.
crumpet.
America.
JNL.
Fucking like
He opens it, it's like
national anthem just plays.
Yeah, use the box and open it. Go da da
I
da.
just picture a guy on a cake with a flag. You just like get one of those turnaround cakes.
Born in the
What's a
USA album.
turnaround cake through
Yeah.
it?
It's like
It comes free with the Bruce.
it's like I've only seen it at like really fancy weddings. It's like a cake that can just turn around. It's like on a machine. It just goes like
Oh,
yeah, and it lifts up.
yes.
Yeah, of
And
course.
I'll also say this in the podcast so that it's known and stated. Crepes are just small pancakes. And we need to get over that
Crepes.
fascination.
Very
The
good.
Crepes or
pancake.
creeps?
Crepes.
Crepes.
Did you say
Crepes.
creeps?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
Crepes and Luke Lord is a goddamn creep. There's a difference between
Creeps.
It's a bloody French thing and it's a crepe and it's thinner than a pancake.
It is a
Oh.
terrible pancake. I
Crepes
don't
are
like
small
nasty.
pancakes.
I don't like
You have
crepes.
to have
Very thin.
100 to fill you up.
They're like
Yep.
eggy, and I don't like that.
I've had to
No.
have lots of crepes because that's like all they eat in freaking France. Like that's
Yeah.
the
Oh.
crepes
Did
and
he
ice
just
cream.
drop the fact that he
Yeah.
went to
Listen, I
France?
didn't want to.
Yes.
Oh
I didn't
my
want to.
I didn't want
Okay.
to, but
When I was on a
It's
mountain
Passive
in
aggressive
France,
bragging.
Muffin
Here we
is
go.
a
It's a
dough.
thing though over there. Like all they eat is crepes and like ice cream.
baguettes.
crepes and ice cream.
And these really good like bread with like chocolate in the center.
A
Yeah,
croissant?
they're called
Wait,
Well, yeah, yeah,
It's called a
a croissant-
pain
chocolate
chocolate or something.
chocolate,
It's
pan
like-
au chocolat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pain chocolat.
super good.
We're
I could
super
understand
pain
now at this
chocolat.
point why the
I
rest of the
want
world
to
just
chocolate.
hates us.
It's like you rename everything and then
Totally
claim it
adapt
as your
in
damn
this.
own.
Yeah.
Because we're the best, Lupa.
Hey,
Sorry.
we made a deal with the French fries though.
You've got
you know.
big heads. That's the problem.
Freedom fries. What are you talking about?
Freedom fries.
Freedom.
Oh my God, psycho.
Freedom.
Really?
for it. We just don't eat creeps here. That's
Yeah.
I eat creeps. all
We
the
don't like
time.
creep.
I eat them for
Pancake.
fucking breakfast.
We don't eat creeps and we don't eat crumpets here in the down
Yeah,
here
right
these
by
here
God.
parts.
We don't
Uh,
eat no.
I'll send
Right,
I'll
you
Right.
guys
I'll,
hear that? You hear that, creeps?
I'll send you
Don't come
uh,
up into my DMs.
I'll send
We
you
don't
some
eat no crumpets. We don't eat no croissants. We don't eat none of that here.
And we don't do no biscuits and gravy. I don't want to
Oh my
with
god,
gravy
you're
on it.
gonna
It's like
need to
having pudding
fucking
on the
back the
plate.
fuck up on your biscuits. Shit.
I knew that'd get her going.
I actually
That's
love
my
croissants.
shit. That's my thing. Biscuits and
You need
gravy
to
is
get
my
a
thing.
boat.
And
So
I
do I,
want you to
Kaitlin.
come to America,
Lupa,
Lupa.
have
I
her
want you to
come
come to my house and I want to make
It's not
biscuits and gravy
possible.
for you.
We'll get you a boat. We'll
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
get you on a
Get
I
you a
boat.
need an
dinghy.
8 month.
Gonna get you a
Take it out.
boat.
What did she say? I
We'll
don't
get you a
fly.
boat.
Did she say I don't fly?
Over.
No, I said I cannot fly.
She can't
Yeah, that's
fly.
why we got you a boat. That's why.
Yeah, we're gonna
Get me a
Go
boat,
back.
maybe. Take me
Go
6
dinghy.
we're gonna
months to
stick
get
you in
there.
a dinghy and we're gonna float you over here. It's fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Well, I think it's more possible that you should come to me and I'll show you what a good Devon cream tea is.
Okay.
And I'll show you that it's a damn scone and not a damn
You
biscuit.
promise me somewhere to stay. You promise me
You
your
can
house as a
get-
fucking household, and I will fucking
Yep.
be there. I swear to God, if
There's
you
a bed
like
and
are
breakfast
promising
5
me
minutes down the road from me. You can.
Well, no, I don't need to pay for something. I'm saying that I'm gonna stay in your house.
I'll pay for it.
I'm sleeping
You
on your
can't
couch.
stay in my house. I got a 1-bedroom bungalow.
I want to
call the
stay in your
couch.
bungalow. I'm gonna just sleep in between you and your
Sir,
husband.
Well, you
Yeah.
can sleep
Bungalow, not
you can sleep on an airbed on the floor.
Your game room's big enough for all of us. Come on.
lady. Did you say
That's
bungalow?
my damn
What
lounge.
she just said, I just had
You
to
just
repeat
copy
it.
what
She said bungalow, not bungalow.
Oh, not bungalow.
Bungalows where
Bungalow.
they go to the
Oh,
bathroom.
bungalow.
Bungalow.
Oh.
It's a
I do that too,
one-story
lady.
building.
If I think
Is
I know
Mav
what
still
somebody
here?
says.
Or did Mav leave?
Mav is so
He's
over
lost
my
control.
shit right now. He's like,
Mav's
why did
just
I invite
kicking
this
back
whore
and
on the
enjoying
fucking
the ride.
podcast?
So Ubisoft is going to be. No, I'm sorry.
Stand up for myself sometimes.
We don't want to know about Ubisoft. We want to know about the boats and the bungalows and
That's
the
right.
Oh,
And the
We're gonna talk about the
dungalows.
boats and hoes.
The dungalows.
the dun-
And the
the
creeps.
dunga-
Oh.
and
Creeps in the
creeps.
dungalows.
Creeps and the English muffins.
No, that's French. Creeps are French. We've established that.
It'll be me and Pong. We'll just be like this on a boat all the way.
Right. Dinghy. We're just gonna be,
We'll
yep,
be-
all the way.
Yep.
I'm drinking tea
Make it
right
a
now,
fucking- We'll
Lupa.
make it a combination trip. We'll all go
Yeah.
over there. We'll get an Airbnb in like Lupa's fucking hometown,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
we'll crash her house for
Except I live in a
breakfast, and I'll
village.
make her biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
Our group will
Yeah.
wind up starting the next world war. That ain't gonna happen.
I don't know how much
The
I
American
don't like
invasion.
animosity. about it.
No,
So-
there's no animosity. I'm literally jesting with you all. It's just
Tea
fun
does
to
not
wind
come
you
in
up
that kind of
sometimes.
cup.
I'm always
like-
the little,
I
This
meant
is-
the
like
little
this is-
person in
this
the
is the
corner that
only
shut
kind
the
of-
fuck up because I'm British.
This is good tea. It comes in a cup with the lid and a straw.
So that shitty tea that we drink in the summer when it's warm for 3 days.
Whoa.
But the rest of the year we put damn milk in it and drink it properly.
Whoa.
Joe,
Yeah,
you didn't
fun.
know you were gonna get all this coming on Xbox.
I know. Oof.
Every
My goodness.
Friday.
First off, tea's gross. We can just get that. It's
Whoa.
coffee all the way.
Oh, here we go.
I like
Like
coffee
tea?
too, but sweet tea, baby. Oh, good old
Oh,
southern
sweet tea's
tea
great.
This is
Sweet
sweet
tea's
tea.
great.
from Schlotsky's.
Yeah.
Hot tea.
I'm
is
not a
nasty.
sweet tea
Sweet
fan.
tea.
I
Wow.
like sweet tea. I will do sweet tea, but I am
I
a
love all
tea
the
fan
teas.
in the sense that I do my herbals, and I have a very wide
I
collection
got
of
herbals.
herbal tins. I have my
Herbal, I get
chamomile,
it.
I have my nettles. I have my teas. So I don't think that you can come
Herbal.
at my
Herbal. Right.
my teas there.
It's
so.
cool.
Come
it's
at your
cool. It's
teas.
legal here in
We have
Jersey. You
fruit
can say
tea
it.
over here.
Yeah.
You
got
need
some
to
Blue
calm the
Dream
fuck
and-
down. Chamomile? Are you coming at chamomile right now? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, we have.
Is that what you're gonna do,
chamomile.
Mad
I'm talking
Bat?
about
You're gonna
Like
come
all
at
different
chamomile?
fruits.
Me? No, no,
I only
no.
drink
I'm just
sweet
saying. You're saying
tea.
herbal tea. It just sounds like
We put
Weed
that in
tea.
a little bag
Herbal.
to make our wardrobe
Herbal.
smell nice.
Well, it's herbal.
Your wardrobe
Fancy.
smell nice?
Yeah.
We have
chamomile.
closets
Put
here.
it in the wardrobe.
Oh, dude, chamomile
We
is an
sleeping in our
amazing smell.
closet?
It's
You guys use
calming.
No,
It's
they
chamomile
great.
have
to make
chamomile over here, lady. I'm
Closets smell good.
putting your
and we
prawn
drink
pack.
it.
Okay.
Why do we want to know about our closets? Are we sleeping there?
Is,
Yeah,
is
that's
that
what
what they
I'm
call
thinking
I got a
wardrobe?
walk-in wardrobe. It's called Narnia. You can go in there and sleep.
Okay.
Oh my god,
All
can
right.
we go to Narnia together?
Freaking love
And you,
Narnia.
every British
I do
person,
that.
had a wardrobe that went to a mythical land.
I'm never
I
coming
knew
back.
Yep.
And what do you
Confirmation.
find in Narnia? Just lots of crumpets and lots of
And
goats.
creeps,
Goat
Turkish
people.
delights.
and,
You came over
and
here, you would
milk
be
tea.
Proper eating, proper
You
good
guys-
filling food.
Milk
We
tea.
don't have to have 2 dinner plate sizes. It's just the one.
Whoa! Don't attack us because we like to eat here in America. All right, that's our
Enormous
second
plates of
favorite
food that would kill
pastime.
most people.
It is
Oh.
my favorite. What is my first favorite pastime? Bad bit.
that true?
Your first favorite?
Yeah, you
I
just
think we
said
can
it's our
say that on here.
second. You said it's our second
Oh,
favorite.
okay. I was
and
like,
I
I
need to
don't.
know.
I'm like, lady, I don't know your life.
Don't you know? That's baseball.
Our second favorite is
American.
probably like, I don't know.
Sports.
Let's think.
You said
Nah.
it's our second favorite
Oh,
pastime in America.
Baseball.
So what is
Baseball's
my
America's
first favorite?
favorite.
What is
Yeah.
my first favorite pastime?
Baseball.
Oh.
Baseball. It's America's
It's
favorite
not.
pastime.
It's
Others
drinking.
would say basketball or American
It's a sport.
football. Well, that's rugby.
Lupa calls it our baseball rounders.
Yeah, that's
Rounders.
rounders. American
Rounders.
rounders. American basketball is basketball. That's fair enough. But like American football, well, that's just rugby.
Yeah.
But you have to get all
Nuts.
padded up because you're scared of getting hurt. Where our guys, they just wear a t-shirt. They're fine.
Well, you don't understand how many concussions our guys get on the NFL, okay?
You
We're
wanna
like
have a look at
littered.
rugby?
Dude,
I'm
by
a
the end of
football
it, these
fucking
people can't
person.
even
If
say
we
their
wanna talk
name.
football,
No,
the
that
foot of
happens
the
in
ball.
rugby also.
Yeah.
Well, we're not maniacs. We
But
gotta
we
wear a
don't have to.
helmet.
They don't wear a helmet. They're hard dudes.
The problem is here they use the helmets as weapons.
Yeah.
It's like
From time to time.
weaponize our
I've
heads.
seen them literally run up to somebody and headbutt them in their mouthpiece. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, just I
That's
feel
just
I feel
cool.
like rugby is just like British people's way of letting out the steam. It's just like just fight each other, guys. You guys did it for 100 years that one time. Do it again. War of the Roses Part 2.
It's just
Do
a
it.
little bit more fun with like someone like blowing the whistle or having
It's
it.
like, all right, time out. Can't do this
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Little Jimmy over there lost his leg.
It's
We
like,
gotta,
"Oh."
we
Yeah,
gotta
like
go
a
find him.
crowd and-
I'm just
yeah.
surprised we
Yeah.
don't see more balls flying out of shorts in rugby because like they're just running around and tackling each
The
other
hospitals
and
are
grabbing
definitely
each
full up
other
on a
like
Saturday.
you know what I mean. They're like shorts are pretty tight, you know. They're running around and like you grab a guy by the legs underneath and take him down, you know, like running full speed. I'm surprised we don't see any giblets
Bad Bitch
dribbling
lost it.
around. I don't.
Caitlin, are you concerned?
That was a big step right there. I mean, like cocks and balls flying everywhere out of nowhere. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, that's why nobody gets hurt. They're afraid to tackle each other. They don't.
They tackle each other. Damn.
God.
Oops! Hey, go for the ball. Wrong one. All right.
Monk's right. Rounders is in Game Pass, but they call it another name over there, mate.
Yeah.
Oh,
I need to watch this.
I'm just thinking like Matt's
Oh my
watching rugby and his first thought is like,
That guy's nuts
scrotum.
flying out.
I'm not,
of his
I'm not
shirt.
seeing enough
Yeah,
balls.
I can't see no hairs on his scrotum. This isn't a proper game.
He's just waiting for a ball to drop out.
Yeah. I
This is
think there's a
boring.
bit of a kinky going on there, Matt, because I would have thought you'd have preferred to watch the women's rugby personally, but there you go.
Well, then you miss the balls flying out of the shorts. So like, is there
They do
women's
wear,
rugby?
they do wear a thingy, don't they?
I hope. I hope. It
Yeah.
sounds ruthless over
A
there.
cup.
Keep
It
their
sounds
balls and
ruthless.
cock up inside them somewhere. I don't know.
They keep their balls and cock up
They're
inside
supposed
them.
to have like a little like guard, like a pelvic guard or
No,
something.
they
You
have
know?
a
Pelvic
what do they
guard?
call it? Damn, it's gone from my head.
it's
It's
a- It's a cup.
no, it's not a cup. It's actually a piece of material that they put on it, ties it, it pulls it all in.
A
so
jock
it's not
strap.
hanging.
Yeah.
That's it. Jock strap. I couldn't remember the name.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
cup
jock
goes in
strap.
the jock strap.
I don't bloody know. I don't care. I know their cock and balls don't fall out though, because I watch it every year. I've never seen a
I
cock
just
and
love
ball.
when she keeps saying cock and ball.
It's so
Yeah,
casual.
it sets me up.
I didn't say anything about the cock. I just said the balls. Okay, like
Oh,
yeah.
balls. Okay, well, they're funny shaped balls. I know that.
They are
Nobody
little,
likes, like,
oblong.
really
Or
weird,
American
funny shaped
football
balls.
ball,
Nobody's
smaller
about
than a
that.
rugby ball. I know that too.
Okay. I don't know where this
Oh,
comes
It's
from.
I knew I
Psychonauts is
shouldn't
just
have had
here.
this bottle of booze. I knew I shouldn't.
Are we
Oh,
boozing? I'm
Old
boozing.
wrinkly
Fine.
ball.
I'm just saying, like, if one of those fuckers wearing those shorts was to sit on the couch across from me, I'd probably see a nut shot right? So I can't
Oh my
imagine.
god, what was the movie? What was the movie where the guys like
Under.
fucking nuts were hanging out of the fucking pants? What was that? Was
Yeah.
that basketball?
Yeah.
Basketball.
But
Look at
talking
Joe.
about
Joe's
coloring.
praying.
Remember that episode? Was it
Joe's
a
praying right now.
was it an episode of Friends when the guy's sitting
Right.
in the coffee shop across the way?
No,
and
no,
they
no,
keep
it's an
going-
Adam
No,
Sandler
it was
movie.
totally comedic. Like it was
I
totally
told
comedic
you.
and like absolutely fake balls. Like it was fake balls.
It was
It was
I think it was
Adam
like Billy
Sandler.
Madison.
There were
Yes!
separate.
Yeah.
Billy Madison.
It's like,
That's
did I
exactly
just
what
see
it was.
his
It was Billy
balls?
Madison. Yes.
I can
He's
tell
like,
you
did
where
I
you can
just see
see
that
balls,
dude's
Matt.
balls?
Australian football. Australian
Billy
rules
Madison.
football.
I
They got
fucking
shorter
love Adam
shorts than the
Sandler.
Brits, and
Everybody
their
hates
cotton
him.
balls definitely fall out. I've seen it.
And there was
I'm
also
so
Step
spooky.
Brothers where he banged
Yeah.
his balls on his drum set.
Put my balls
Yeah.
on your drums.
I was shocked when that scene. I was like,
Yeah. See? But I'm just picturing Mav just watching rugby, sees some scrotum somewhere on like outer field. He just turns to Kaitlin, babe, I saw one. Yeah, I saw one.
No, it's more like that's what I'm talking about, right there.
I told you.
Like I saw a handful of
Oh,
them.
I'm not crazy after all. I knew it was gonna happen.
No, but you need to be
It's like the
watching
Leo
American
meme of him
rules.
pointing to the screen.
They
Oh
definitely
God.
have balls popping out. I've seen it myself.
I told you.
Australian
See,
rules
I
football.
thought you
I'm
said you
watching.
didn't see it. Lupa.
Not in English and Welsh and our rugby, not in proper rugby, but in the
Hmm.
American rules rugby or football.
Oh,
as
you have to
they
be
call it.
specific with which
They got
one.
shorter shorts, and I've definitely seen balls come out of there.
Wait, Americans have shorter shorts than
Yeah.
No,
do they?
Aussies.
no way.
Aussies.
Australian
Aussies,
rules
yeah.
football.
Oh.
Well, they
I don't
get to
believe
do
it.
that because like all Australians are just naturally gorgeous. So they're just like, look at us, rest of
my
the
cock
world.
and balls.
Yeah.
Spooky says they call Aussie rules football aerial ping pong because of the short shorts and the genitalia on show.
Y'all, I'm not putting my knife away. First off,
Oh
my
god.
knife stays
How did
out.
it go from cooking to balls? That's what I want to know.
You know, Mav,
You
let's
can
bring
eat
us
both
home
of
with a
them.
Ubisoft.
That's true.
What is Ash? Oh,
Oobies.
astrophysics. Yes, that's exactly what AF means.
So how about that ambient occlusion?
So ambient occlusion is a
Send that to
technical
me and-
prospect in the engine where no, I already explained. But what I will say, someone mentioned in the comment a long time ago,
Mhm.
and it was the thing I was gonna say before I forgot what I was gonna say. It was the anti-cheat thing, right? On Halo.
Good.
Where a lot of people are stating like that's going to be a problem with like crossplay, like you play on PC and consoles, and that's always been a problem with crossplay. Whenever you bring up crossplay, you're like PC, because PC players are known to mod and hack games, right? I think what I could say to that is like what's happening with MCC right now. We don't see a lot of it on
Mhm.
MCC. I personally haven't seen anyone hack an MCC. I've seen it in Vista and the older Halo games for sure. But yeah, I know they're probably going to give us an option to turn it off, so I don't see it as much of an issue. I think it just creates this sort of, it does create problems when you bring in crossplay, but it's also really cool because you're opening up a player base who are people who don't want to buy a Series X and people who just want to play on PC. That's definitely a thing.
Mhm.
But I mean, that's with every game. You bring up you bring up a game that has crossplay like a Rocket League or whatever, then you also have to bring up on PC what are the anti-cheat measures. Not as much on a console, but on a PC. But I think it'll be fine. I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue.
It's flipping us off.
Yeah, I just noticed that
Like,
too. It's like screw you too, man. All right, guys.
Unintentionally.
About to wrap this up. I wanted to tell you all that hey, if you would like to play Halo with us, for those of us that are going to play, join us after the podcast for Ultimate After Hours, where we play MCC Halo at Master Chief Collection, and I'll have a party on there, and just hit me up. My gamer tag is Mav7 there on the screen, MAV space 7. Just send me a message that you'd like to play. If there's room in the party, I'll send you an invite, and we will definitely have some fun tonight. So join us again on Xbox Ultimate After Hours. All right. Guys, this was a blast.
Sorry, I talked about bacon a lot and biscuits. I don't even know.
Yeah,
I think I talked about Xbox
I'm
like
cooking
twice.
bacon in the morning.
No, you're not. I didn't get bacon. I told you I got
What
fucking
the
sausage.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what matters. Yeah,
That's even better.
Sausage.
Hell
See,
yeah.
The lady, did you DM her and said you get sausage
No.
instead of bacon?
I
Bacon is
totally
better.
DM'd her. I
Way
showed her my
before.
titties and I was like, "Get some sausage, baby."
I said, no, I'll take those.
Bacon is better. Okay. Hands
I
down.
agree.
It is.
Sorry.
Bacon's better.
Oh, nothing better
Sorry.
than a bit of bacon butty.
Thank you, 3-bit.
Can't beat
Thank you
it.
for.
I can
No,
already, I can
guys.
sense this going.
Yo, are you
better.
making biscuits and gravy out of bacon?
All right. Well, that's
No.
different.
Me?
Okay. That's different.
No, that's
But,
not different because that's
It is.
sausage.
But
No,
you
I'm
need
having a bacon
with,
bat.
No, I use my sausage fat.
but
love
with biscuits and
bacon
gravy, you need like the whole package. But with bacon, you could just have bacon like alone.
Yeah,
It's
just
freaking.
bacon
It's
You
crispy
can have
bacon,
bacon
it's
anytime.
sausage.
I mean,
anywhere.
I love sausage. I'm just saying, I like bacon as well.
Bacon
just
is
a little
just
bit better.
like you eat it and you're like, oh my god.
You know,
Yeah.
bacon,
No.
sausage, tomatoes, mushrooms, beans, and hash browns all on
I
one
was
plate. It's
I
really
got
good.
the
It's
Pog's
called an English
response.
breakfast.
Oh wait, before we
Pugs.
go,
Yeah.
and I play Returnal and have fun with that because
Mhm.
honestly, you put headphones on that. Oh my god, it's creepy. It's night. It's gonna be real creepy
I
and
heard
great.
it was pretty cool. Yeah.
It's nuts. Assassin Lupa, I got a question for you. One last one. Ignorant American here. I got a question.
Okay.
What the hell is bangers and mash?
It's sausages and your mashed potatoes with gravy, usually with onion in it, all over.
Also, is it true you guys have beans for breakfast?
We do beans on toast with cheese on the top, sometimes an egg. Perfect.
I am so happy we won our independence. This seems like madness. Seems like anarchy in the UK.
Nice. Yeah.
It's not, I can assure you.
Wow.
I don't
Thank
know,
you,
man.
Avish, for putting the Discord in the
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah,
You're
guys.
awesome.
Avish
Yeah.
put our Discord
in.
link in the chat. Check us out on the Discord. Gonna have some interesting things we're doing with that in the future. We hang out in there quite frequently. We just chill and listen to music together in Discord. We also have lots of interesting channels on there. 3-Bit has an OnlyFans page on there as well.
Oh snap! How much 3-bit? I mean, that's after stream. Sorry.
Well, premium members, they get the. No, I'm just
we'll see where that goes. You know, I might talk to him about creating some business opportunities for that.
put it on
You
some
would
shirts.
rugby. Let's go 3-bit.
But hey,
Pictures of 3-bits bits.
3-bits bits. No, we just gotta get him to play rugby, and we'll get a good glimpse. So, hey everybody in the chat again. Thank you so much for joining us. It has been absolutely a blast. Hey, we got to talk about the Dragon game. We got to talk about Ubisoft Plus. We got to talk about Halo Infinite and a bunch of other shit. And it was really cool. And
Talked about all of that.
We did.
Yes, we did.
somehow we did. And it's all freaking cool and exciting. Joe,
Yes.
Mr. Moran, host of PS Trophy Room, Mr. Badbit himself. It was an absolute pleasure having you on the show. We hope that you will return to us one day and have some fun with this. If you're, I know you're going to play Returnal, so I won't beg you to go play Master Chief Collection because you got a banger to go play right now as well. So you can go mash on that controller and have some fun.
It's also an old car, by the way, a banger.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's the same here as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
But please tell. I got the description in the description below. I got links to your Twitter. I got links to your YouTube channel. Also to I think I put the Twitter handle for the podcast as well. But tell everybody where they can find your awesome content, dude.
So first off, thank you for having me. I had an absolute blast being on here, and being somewhat unchained.
Yeah. We let loose. It's Friday
Hey,
night.
I
you know.
like that. That was a great, like, I've never seen you outside of like your podcast or outside of like Boom's podcast. It was nice to see you on something a little bit more freestyle. It's a great
Yeah,
time to
absolutely.
like get to know your community and your fellow people, and I think Mav has brought that out of a lot of us, so it's good.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You guys were fantastic, and that's true. Like I haven't, like I mean, I've seen enough of Pong, but like yeah, I haven't seen you guys outside here as
Feelings
well.
mutual.
You know?
Feelings mutual. Don't worry, Joe.
So you can find me over at Mr. Badbit on Twitter, over at PS Trophy Room on Twitter as well. That is the home to our podcast's official Twitter page. You can find the Trophy Room Show over on YouTube. That's where the video version of our show goes live each and every Thursday. And the Trophy Room podcast also each and every Thursday, the audio versions on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on Google Play, wherever you find a podcast service of your choice. Chances are the Trophy Room's there. It is an amazing community that me and my best friend Kyle have built, where it's literally just us talking about the latest and greatest all things PlayStation each and every Thursday. This week, gang, I've been keeping a secret in for over 4 months.
Ooh.
And it's finally come to fruition.
Wow.
This Monday. Be on the lookout. Make sure you're following PS Trophy Room and Mr. Badbit on Twitter, because it's absolutely huge. It's going to be the biggest month in Trophy Room history.
Is Jim Ryan joining you guys?
Bigger.
Bigger.
Whoa, I'm not even kidding. It's bigger.
Whoa.
Not even joking. It's bigger.
Wow. All right.
It's gonna be awesome.
Monday.
Right.
Hey, dude.
Monday.
Was it Ronald McDonald? I mean, holy shit! Like, what's going on?
It's bigger.
Okay.
It's gonna
Hey,
be
man.
nuts.
No, I'm excited to check that out, dude. Well, I'll be on the lookout. Send me when you make the tweet. Send me a DM. So I want to make sure I don't miss it. I probably won't. It probably won't be anyway. I'm not gonna miss it. Okay. So.
You won't. Let me tell you, but I will anyway. That's how big it is. I'm not kidding. I told Boom in confidence today, and he freaked out. He was like, "What?" I'm like, and yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
That's cool, man.
All right.
That's exciting,
wait,
dude.
man.
I have to talk to Boom.
No, I told her it's a confidence.
All right. So but then we got our Magnificent Seven, who all ended up managing to be here. We had 2 trickle in here after we went live, which happened last week too. This is like going to become a regular thing. We'll just start with 5 of us, and then we'll slowly add people in as the show goes on.
Somehow we all end up being here, no matter what.
Family always comes home.
That's right.
So, but hey, let's start with Lupa this time. Tell everybody where they can find you, please.
You can find me on Twitter at Assassin Lupa, also Xbox. I'll catch you all gaming, guys. And thank you very much, Mr. Badbit, for coming on. It's been awesome. And to my family, I love you all.
Thank you, Lupa.
And thank
the
you very much,
extraordinary
chat. You've been
Lupa.
awesome.
All right, lady, where can everybody find you?
Yeah, you can find me on lady_AF on Twitter. That's lady as in LAIDY _AF. You can find me on Tuesday nights on Noobs and Pros, or Players of Everything, Masters of None. Yes, that's the name of it. You can find me on Wednesdays on Gaming Beyond the Box with Wilmy Hood. And then you can find me here every Friday with my Fam Bam.
Oh, yeah, and me.
That's a new one.
Doing the thing.
Fam Bam.
Fam Bam.
That's cool.
Fam
Oh,
Bam.
I thought you said fam bang. I'm like, what the hell?
Fam bang.
All right, babe, my lovely lady, the first in my heart,
Don't
Kaitlin.
fucking say that.
Where can everybody find
Still
you,
getting
sweetie?
sausage.
I thought he was gonna say
What
Pong
a
right after.
lovely marriage y'all got.
It's
The love of my life, the heart, the beacon to shut up.
that's how we
Still
do,
getting
man.
sausage
It's like
back.
every day, bro. You don't want to hear how it goes if I don't say that stuff. Then you thought you saw her get aggressive now.
Say it in a cooler, sexier
All right.
way next time.
My sexy lady.
Yeah.
My number one.
No, it's worse.
My hot
No.
stuff.
Worst of my
My
heart.
sugar mama.
Sexy woman.
Oh my god. Just stop. Say nothing. You can find me on
She's an
Twitter at
independent
Kaitlin
person
X.
called Kaitlin.
Yes. You can find me on Twitter at KaitlinX0615. I'm here every Friday, and I think I'm going to do my first stream tomorrow, and I'm
Nice.
super nervous.
Nice.
What do you think? What do you think you're
You'll
streaming?
be good.
I don't know.
Mm,
I don't
Surprising.
know. Maybe some house flipper. I don't.
Yeah.
Geez, I don't know.
mm.
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
But yeah,
I can guarantee you it'll either be House Flipper, Halo,
I want it to be something
or
exciting.
Fortnite.
Fork knife, here we come.
Fortnite would
No,
be kinda
no one
cool.
will watch if I
No?
do Fortnite.
No, you'll get a
I'll
lot of little
watch.
kids.
I'd
watch.
watch.
That happens to me when I play Fortnite. I get a bunch of kids.
But I don't want to interact with little rotters.
Little rotters.
Is that the Fortnite kids? That's what you call them?
Yeah. They're fucking annoying. My kid's one of them.
Awesome.
Yeah, okay, I'm done. You chat, you're awesome. Bad bit, you're adorable. You were awesome.
Thank
Love
you.
your energy.
I try to bring it every day.
Yeah.
You
A
did.
positive beacon in
Thank
the gaming community, I say.
Try, dude, because all the time it's like it seems like a pissing contest between
Yeah.
a bunch of people shouting into a void. And It's
Yeah.
like, well, maybe we could shout about something positive, but I don't know.
Yeah, dude. 100%.
That's boring.
Definitely.
Stop,
That's
Joe.
boring. Right on. Hey, Psychonauts. Where can everybody find you, bro?
Everyone can find me on Twitter or on my Xbox at Psychonauts8. Once I get my PC going again, you can find me on my YouTube channel, on the Gamer Chat podcast, and Gamer Chat.
He
is
doesn't
one
even
word.
know.
I forgot. I just.
Caitlin's
my
a
brain
bully,
just shut
man.
off for a
Psycho.
second. My brain.
This is the second show in 2 weeks. I got called a fucking bully.
Yeah.
Fuck all
You
you.
Once my computer's up and running, you can hit. I'll start streaming again to my YouTube channel. That's Gamer Chat, one word, podcast. I'm just streaming games and whatever. Like today we were playing Second Extinction, and then my computer gave me the blue screen of death. So, and then Thursdays at 10:30, Fun Pop, and 9 o'clock here every Friday. You can find me on Xbox Ultimate, and then afterwards at Xbox After Hours, you can find me.
Shit, hold on. Shit.
Fucking
Ow!
Yeah, I fucked up. I'm
Alright,
sorry.
goodbye.
I hit the wrong
Fucking
button.
Ow!
This is like an awards speech where like they start playing the music.
I know,
and
I
they want them to
fucking-
shut the fuck up.
No, I hit the wrong
Alright.
button. Then I was like scrambling. Oh shit! Then I couldn't find the right one. So I went through like 20 of my scenes trying to get back to the
Wow,
podcast.
so fucking rude.
tonight-
Is
Good night,
Mother's Day
Joe,
coming
right?
up soon? Because
Hey,
It
the
sure
thought in my
is.
head is
That's
like,
gone.
okay, because I was like, God forbid, God
guys
forbid,
gotta see
because
that.
like your son will come, or I don't know, your child, your spawn, be like, hey mom, happy Mother's Day, I love you so very much. Shut up, Jeremy.
Jeremy, fuck that kid.
If you guys were watching the stream right there, it just went like fucking crazy because I was clicking on the wrong one and panic
Why
mode.
did you even click anything?
I don't
We've
know.
talked about this. Don't touch anything.
It's all right. All right, so it was Gamer Chat Podcast, right, Psycho?
Yes, sir.
And on Twitter, it's Psychonauts8. And you're doing streams. Hopefully, you get your computer back up and running, dude.
That's correct, sir.
That sucks. 100%. So
It does. Yeah. So, That's it,
Excuse
yeah.
me, I'm dying.
all right, and Pong Soul.
Yes, sir.
Where
This
can
is like our
everybody-
third show this week together.
Is it?
Yeah, Boom, Fun Pop, and now tonight.
Yeah, you're right.
We've seen a lot of each other this week, man. Yeah, everybody
Not
can
tonight,
find.
though.
Yeah, right. Psycho. Pong Soul everywhere, obviously. Hey, family, love you. Yo,
Chat, stop booing Pong. It's very rude.
Joe.
They're uncontrollable tonight. I'm
Joe.
sorry.
Oh, where's
just
that coming
continue.
from?
Let me turn the chat
Joe.
audio
No,
down.
don't pull a
Dude,
Michelle
we've had
Obama on
like
me.
a
Keep going low, all right?
record-breaking
I love
amount
you.
of people in
I
chat.
love
Can
you.
I just say that? Like, I love
Yeah.
that everybody's hung out. They stayed. You guys all stayed in chat.
of our
Like,
craziness.
fucking fantastic. We love you.
We
All
do.
of you.
We love all of you. And I love my extended family. Joe, you're included. I do love you, buddy. So I know that's fine. That's
Aw.
fine.
He's a line sucker.
Anyway,
He's doing that to get
Wow.
closer to
I
you.
couldn't even lie about it.
oh
I
my
tried.
God. Anyways, Pong Soul everywhere. Tomorrow is a triple header. So tomorrow starts off in the morning, living split screen with my buddy Steel Rain, brother from another. We are getting you guys up. So come on by, living split screen, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central Time. Sport's been amazing. Chat, y'all are beautiful. And then tomorrow afternoon, I am on Scumcast with the amazing Luca. Yes, the amazing Luca. So I will be on that. That's at 3 p.m. Central Time. And then tomorrow night, the Shop Podcast with PTK Blam. That starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be a special show because he got Josh Muncie, who is Xbox marketing manager, on. So that's going to be a huge show tomorrow night. And then Tuesdays, Xbox Factor Podcast with Boom and Zemi, 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 o'clock Central Time. Thank you all again, chat. You guys were absolutely amazing. This is an awesome show. This is so much fun. Joe, thank you for coming by, bud. Appreciate
Absolutely. Anytime.
it.
Anytime.
Absolutely, man. Yep.
3-bit.
Hi.
Where can everybody find your amazingness, dude?
You guys could find me on Xbox Factor every Thursday with this where am I? Somewhere, Bad Bit, wherever he is.
He's above you for me.
Oh, he's really up here,
Yeah.
Mr. Bad
In the
Bit.
left corner.
No,
Wait, in the left,
that's
right here.
No, he's in the top left
Yeah.
corner. There we go.
He's
yeah,
above
he's that
you.
direction.
That's
That direction.
me.
You're right.
Oh,
Me.
this.
You're pointing
No,
this
no,
way.
you were-
I don't know because everything's different on the shirt.
It's on.
Yeah,
on
my
my,
screen is
I'm
different.
on my
Marsha.
screen.
Dead right, 3-bit. That you got it. You nailed it.
Okay. Okay. I'm there with Mr. Badbit, Pong, BJ. I say Pong because he pops in. So he'll probably be there. So you see that every Thursday, and then at night on Thursdays, I'll be on Fun Pop. I am on Xbox Ultimate here, the show you guys are watching right now. And then you guys could follow my YouTube stuff, the Video Games HD. When I'm not busy, I have a couple of videos planned, and then my Twitter is the VGHD. So that is where you guys can find me.
Awesome, man.
Oh wait, and I'm basically a member of freaking Noobs and Pros. I've been on that show a couple times.
Yeah,
Quite a
like
few.
four weeks in a row.
So,
almost is. I think it seems like maybe 3
yeah.
or 4, right?
Wow.
Something like that. Yeah.
Um,
So Noobs and Pros. That
Yeah,
is
multiple times.
when
and
Wednesday,
we enjoy you being there.
that's Tuesday
so-
nights.
Tuesday. Yeah, one of those.
Yeah, it's Tuesday nights.
I'm on that too.
And I got the link for all the Twitter handles for all of our crew down in the description, as well as YouTube links for some of the channels that these guys are on. So, hey guys, we again greatly appreciate it. Follow me on Twitter, Fun Speculation. Again, check out Fun Pop on Thursday nights where we talk about movies, TV shows, Marvel, DC, comics, all that fun stuff. That's on this channel. And then also I am on 4GQ TV. That's Italian Clowns' channel on Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And then you can also see me pop up here and there every once in a while. So, guys, again, amazing stuff. You guys are awesome in the chat. It's been absolutely fun. Super fun show. Thank you all 100%. Much love. And until next week, y'all all have a great one. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Catch
Later,
you
guys.
later.
Luke's
Peace out, bitches.
Psycho.